All right. Hey, wait a minute. What's up, guys? Chelsea, welcome back to Fate Grand Order LB4. GACHA. Last time we made a new ally in Lakshmi Bar. Even though we had a little bit of a misunderstanding at first, but you know we got that worked out. It's all good now. And now we're going to investigate God's Skyboulder, hey Meridak, and see what the hell is up with this Borg cube looking ass thing. 'Cause that's what it reminds me of, is a Borg cube. I don't know why. Alright. Yeah, I guess we won't yap on too long, which get right into it. God's Skyboulder fighting a berserker. Berserker! Let's bring Ganesha. And I'll leave my Lakshmi in the back, because I'm trying to get Oda to bond 6, so I want to leave her in the front. Alright. Start quest. Hey, Gogeta. The third day. The dawn of the third day. So you don't know what God's Skyboulder is either then, Lakshmi? No, I don't. It was there when I was first summoned here, and it hasn't changed at all since the time, in the time since. At least I don't think it has. I haven't been watching it this whole time, so I can't say for certain. But I have been watching it this whole time, so I can. It definitely never changed. Since we haven't actually asked, you don't know what it is either, correct? That's right. I just noticed there was a big weird cube in its lost belt, and didn't think anything more of it. I mean, sure, I considered investigating it, and getting rid of it in case it turned out to be something dangerous, since it's so bizarre and all. But I hadn't the slightest idea how to go about it, so I decided to just keep an eye on the thing. Fair enough. Not to mention, David told me I was better off leaving it alone. Why would he know anything about it? Don't dismiss something before you've seen its true nature, huh? True, if I did, I'd be no better than Arjuna. It was the same with me. I didn't know what it was, so I couldn't do anything about it. I could see that giant tree in the cube no matter where I went, but I had more pressing matters to attend to. Rather than bother with something I knew nothing about, I figured my time would be better spent helping the people here who'd been led astray by this unjust god. Hey, Blaze Reaper. How's LB4 so far? At least the early, like, first third of it, definitely has me more intrigued than, honestly, Russia did, LB1. I don't know, for some reason, I don't know why I have such a, I wouldn't say negative opinion of LB1, but like, yeah, I don't know. So far, I've considered everything else so far to be, at least the start, to be better than it. I don't know why, but yeah, LB4 is good. I don't know where I'm gonna rank it yet. It's hard to say before I get too far in, but I guess we'll see. I figured my time would be better spent helping the people here who'd been led astray by this unjust god. That is very admirable of you. But are you sure it's okay to leave that village unattended? They should be fine during the early yugas, especially while there are barely any Kali around. They have weapons now, even if they were hastily assembled, and I've taught them how to fight as best I can. Done all you can. Now you just gotta trust they know what they're doing. They should be able to handle themselves in a pinch. The only thing I'm worried about right now are the sacred... There. And the sacred beasts being like you ain't welcome here.
It's another pack of sacred beasts, Master. Let's hide and wait for them to pass again. It's not just sacred beasts. There's something else there next to the road. Wait, is that a person?
I'm not picking up any vital signs. I'm afraid it's a dead body. Perhaps they died of disease or in an accident. Or were killed by the... You know... Why are you going over to it? Damn, we're too late. Been spotted. The body's disappearing. Being deleted, I assume.
So you didn't know then?
That's one of this world's mistakes.
The sacred beasts purify the bodies of anyone who happened to die
unexpectedly. And by purify, you mean delete. My guess is the false god thinks that dead bodies don't belong out in the world and wants them gone as soon as possible. I mean, he's not necessarily wrong, but yeah.
I see. So if this world were a single entity, the sacred beasts are the white blood cells of its immune system.
Some like that.
Since we can assume this world's god, would be the head, the sacred beast must be its macrophages, created to detect, isolate, and remove any foreign elements. So then, does that mean the Kali they fight are something like a virus? Most intriguing.
Yeah, it's intriguing, I suppose. I guess.
Whatever the case, people are people. When they die, they shouldn't just be cleaned up like trash. Their karma should determine what they become in their next life. At least, that's what my people believe. That's what a true samsara cycle is meant to be. We cremate dead bodies to free their souls, and ensure they go on to their next life without issue. But here, as long as the sacred beasts are around, nobody will be able to hold a proper cremation. If this world has no respect for the journey of the dead, and no hope for those who are left behind, then it's nothing but a world of death. So that's why you were concerned about the sacred beasts showing up in Dval. Because one of your elderly had passed away. Oh, right. He was an old man, whose time had come. There's nothing anyone could do about that. But I didn't want the false god stealing our right to give him a proper farewell. You really helped us out there.
Goodbye. Bye, Mr. Sacred Beast.
They're finally leaving. If they haven't already spotted you, then I would urge you to hold back for now.
Yeah, wait till he moves off a bit.
You're almost a god Skyboulder, and I would very much prefer to avoid making a commotion wherever possible. I know.
I would have stopped them if I'd found the body first,
but as things stand now, my only choice is to let them go. We should be okay now. I'm certain the sacred beasts can't detect us from this far away.
Good. I'm glad I didn't have to sneeze. Yeah, so am I.
Well, we were hiding. Let's go.
Wow, I knew she was cool and collected, but I didn't know she also had such a charming sense of humor. I don't know if she was joking, Mash. Okay. Yeah, sense of humor, for sure.
My, seeing it this close up really makes you realize just how big it actually is, doesn't it? Oh, I've got an idea. Why don't we take a little group photo to commemorate the occasion?
Pepe! Behind you! Don't get bored!
Was it a joke? Or were you just trying to avoid facing the reality of a situation? Either way, it wasn't funny.
If you want to pick, go ahead and take all the selfies you want. Just don't come running to me if the whole thing turns into a jump scare.
Oh, you guys are no fun. I was just trying to lighten the mood a little. These numbers we're seeing are accurate, right?
Our sensors aren't on the fritz or anything? Numbers of what exactly?
That's right. We made it to the area near the cube without a problem, but
A lot of enemies. Lots of Kali.
where did all these Kali come from? I thought there were barely supposed to be any during the Kata Yuga. I think it's the place, not the time. They're showing up as though they've just been here all along, rather than coming from somewhere else. Be that as it may, the sheer number of them is almost absurd. There are as many here as there were during the Kali Yuga. Maybe even more.
Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't we just run away? Seriously. I can't do that. We have, a cube to investigate.
You have a point.
We can't investigate the cube with all these Kali around. Annoying since we just got here.
If they surround us, we'll have nowhere to go. True. We can only take so many risks when it comes to safety. And there's certainly nothing to be gained by attempting to complete an impossible goal.
We're getting out of here, now.
That's a shame. Understood. We'll break through the Kali behind us and make a run for it. Awaiting your orders, Master.
Kill them all? That's really the only order I can give, is just destroy, murder, kill. Do what you must. Well, I guess so much for, investigating. Who knows? Maybe it'll come up later, I don't know. Alright, Oda. Let's get you ready for combat. Buffed Oda should probably kill that one on her own, maybe. Yeah. Oh wait, no. There we go. A crate would be great. Okay, well. At least Jinako crit. Yes, we know you don't enjoy getting hit, Jinako. We're aware. Oh god. Oh, I woke up like 45 minutes before stream, so I'm like, ugh. Still waking up. I was up way too late. Yeah, sure, Ganesha Impact. Let's go for it, why not? Belly slam, belly slam. Well, almost an hour ago now, but 45 minutes before stream. I actually originally woke up like 3 hours before stream, but then I was like, I I'll try and get another hour, and then I slept for over 2. Which was yeah, that was not great. That's what I get for trying to get extra sleep. Body's like, oh, you want an hour? Here, take over 2. Who cares if you have things to do?
Okay, I think that's enough distance between us and them.
I would certainly hope.
I never imagined there'd be that many Koli gathered there. I expected it might be dangerous, but with numbers like that, adding one more to our ranks still won't be enough to fend them off.
You don't have to rub it in. I don't think he was.
I wish my noble phantasm were capable of blasting them all away at once, too.
What's her? Well, I already have Draco to bond 13. But other than that, Ibuki Doji Saber is the closest. And Bazet. They're both bond 9.
We're capable of blasting them all away at once, too. My apologies. I assure you I was not speaking sarcastically. I was merely reflecting on my failure to foresee a situation like this. I see. That's all right. No, I'm sorry.
I was being oversensitive.
While we're on the subject, this seems a good chance to tell you this. Naturally, I'll do everything in my power to accomplish our mutual goal. I have no intention of holding back. But I should warn you, for your own safety, you shouldn't expect me to come through when it really counts.
Why? 'Cause your clumsiness?
I've never truly been able to accomplish the things I most wish to do. That's just my lot in life.
That's an awful way to talk about yourself, but I guess it's very objective, which I appreciate.
Well, that's a strange opinion to have of oneself. Perhaps a failure to defend her country in life had a traumatic effect on her. Be that as it may, there's no doubt whatsoever that you are far more useful in combat than a detective in a remote location.
True, yeah, you are kind of useless, Holmes. Well, no, I mean, I won't say useless, but even though I already did. But could be more useful, I guess.
So I hope you'll continue to lend Miss Ritsuka your aid. Of course I will.
I'd be pleased if you trusted me on that much.
At any rate, there really were a ridiculous number of, Yuga there, or Kali there. Lends the impression that it may be even more important to this lost belt than we thought.
Yeah.
Indeed. It was as though those Kali were there solely to guard the Skyboulder. The fact we can no longer see them after putting after putting just a little distance between us and the Skyboulder would only seem to confirm that. I wonder what this could mean.
I bet you Pepe has a theory. Maybe doesn't know, but he probably has a theory. At least that's what I got from that ...
For that matter, we still don't know what those Kali demons actually are. I'm guessing Holmes is probably right in that they're like a virus infecting the world, in opposition of the sacred beasts. But still, we haven't the slightest idea what they are, where they come from, or where they go.
Where they come from, where they go, where they come from, Cotton Eye Joe.
I don't know either, but I can see they're not any ordinary kind of creature. Even if they stick around even after the world's remade, maybe Arjuna uses them as a means to determine who's worth preserving. Or maybe they just remain here out of necessity. If it's the latter, that would mean they're a crucial part of the stage Arjuna uses to run this world. So if we defeat him, maybe that shell will go poof.
I doubt it. I guess this means we've just got to figure out what to do about Arjuna. Yeah.
At least we now know that the god Skyboulder is protected by vast numbers of Kali and can't be approached lightly.
I mean, didn't we already kind of know that already, though? I swear I guess we didn't know they were there at all times, even during the Kurta Yuga. So I guess that's new, I suppose.
It may not be much, but it's more than we knew before.
I suppose.
In the meantime, I suggest we return to Deval and plot our next course of action.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't see a way forward for us here.
Oh god, we're getting assaulted on the way back. God's commander. Okay. I'm guessing that's probably referring to Svataman, his top servant. I would assume Svataman is his strongest. Yep. Anger, fury, rage is all I've got. Goddamn bastard. Servant memories are weird. Doesn't matter if they're from before your current body's age or after. Everything that ever happened to you while you were alive comes flooding into your head all at once. They're simultaneously your own memories and the recollections of a complete stranger. Facts you know to be true and lies no more real than a dream. And I think that's why I remember. Why I know what I once did. And I remember the end of the war, when I heard that Tadyumna's cowardly plot had succeeded, that my father had been killed. And I remember when I heard that Bhima had cheated to inflict a fatal wound on Duryodhana, the oldest of the 100 Kaurava princes. Everything inside of me vowed that then I would make them pay. Rage. And I swore I'd exact revenge on them by any means necessary. So I chose to sneak in under the cover of night and murder all of my enemies in their sleep. You think that cowardly? Criminal? An affront to all that is good and just? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care! I was so angry I didn't care about anything else. I think that's when I threw away everything in me besides fury. I let my fury swallow me whole until I was nothing more than a beast, a vessel of pure rage. To put it another way, that was the moment when Svataman became no more than anger incarnate. So of course, the peaceful scenery of the Kurta Yuga only infuriates him. The sweet scent of pollen, the sun's gentle rays, the birds' happy chirping. His only response to it all is to grow ever more enraged. Everything he sees and doesn't see makes him angry. The things that anger him most are those he sees both constantly and never. He is always angry. Always. Man, he needs to go bust a nut or something. bro needs to take a chill pill. There we go. That takes care of the lost out of season Kali. Guess you can't even go through the Kurta Yuga without running into at least one. Apparently not. You know, there are always some dumb beasts up in the mountains who'd forget to hibernate for the winter too. And I'd always hunt them whenever I happened to see one. No telling what sort of trouble a dumb beast could get up to. Clearing away otherwise unfair or impossible obstacles is just part of the job.
Thank you for saving me, God. It showed up so suddenly, and I haven't been praying since it's still Kurta Yuga.
Don't worry about it. And I'm not a god, just a hired hand.
Huh?
Oh, sorry, you don't have to worry about that either. Anyway, you did great holding it together. I'm proud of you. It ruffled his head. Oh.
Oh man, I can't believe the god's patting my head.
Oh no. Neza?
Are you a god too? Admonishment, you're late for the meeting. I had no choice but to come get you.
Whoops. Is it that time already? Sorry about that. Well, see you later, son.
Oh, bye. Thank you again.
Okay, so the lock, what are they called? Kokosa? Whatever they were called. These guys have good rapport with the locals, apparently.
Do you like kids?
Who can say? I mean, he had a son. Nakala, there we go. Hey, sorry I'm late.
I cannot believe you made me carry you with my wind fire wheels.
I mean... yeah, I mean, deal with it. Well, I had a great ride, or a great time. Thanks for the thrill ride. Of course, a lot of those thrills are more chills at the idea of showing up here late. Look, Paula. Okay, yeah, that sounds more correct. Yeah. Of course, a lot of those thrills are more. Oh, I already read that. I thought I clicked already. I'm just a regular guy. I'm not nearly important enough to keep a mythological hero waiting, let alone a god.
Advice. There's no point saying what you don't mean. Besides, you're something of a mythological hero yourself now.
True. Anyway, I hate to steal the spotlight after showing up late to the party, but I got something to discuss. I was hoping Svartamon could help with this, but I guess he's not here.
Answer. I cannot predict his actions. My master allows him to act freely. Thus, I have no intention of picking him up.
Fair. Guess I'll just have to talk to you guys about this then, if that's alright with you. Anyway, I just noticed a little while ago that there's fewer sacred beasts in my area than there's supposed to be.
Query. You think it's them?
Probably. I'm guessing they have a way of surviving the big guy's noble phantasm. Don't you find it interesting seeing how you overcame death yourself?
What?
Don't be ridiculous. That's just reconstruction. It has nothing to do with the concept of death. I couldn't care less about it.
So no, I don't find it interesting. Besides, I'm sure that guy there already knew. He just didn't say anything.
Well, yes, that's true. It's almost certainly the case they managed to escape to a safe zone. But regardless, the fact remains that interlopers who would interfere with the god's sandbox, I mean his beautiful reign, have survived. Well, that just strikes me as a grave problem. A very grave problem indeed, no?
Not particularly.
There, as you can see, he agrees with me quite vehemently.
Does he? He didn't. Okay.
Indeed, this little Kapala whom we personally embedded with divinities. Surely you understand that much without the likes of me spelling it out, no? Now then, what do you plan to do about this?
Implanted with divinities, okay. So they're not just regular old William Tell and Neza and Asclepius, okay?
Well, I'd just been planning to point Svartamon in that direction and let him go nuts. But if he's not here, he must be off on another job. That he is. I believe he's dealing with a little unfinished business on our end. Guess that means we'll just have to take care of this ourselves then.
Proposal. I will go. Not only do I have time to address the issue, but I also let them escape once. I will finish this. You might want to take backup.
Want some help?
No need. You might need it. Okay, whatever you say.
Great. Well, this work for me.
Just to be perfectly clear, I'm not going either. I've got plenty keeping me busy. Response: I never expected you to come. Departing now. Wind fire wheels. Bye.
What a go-getter she is. How wonderful. What a pleasure to see such world-class mobility in person. I'm sure you won't let us down, Kubera, Regent of the North. That must be a very minor divinity.
I finally have another chance. I have changed since then. Resolution: I will not let them get away this time.
Damn. So we can't even get close to God Skyboulder. And here I thought this would be a big breakthrough. I was hoping we'd find a way to take Arjuna down there. So much for that.
Yeah, that'd be too easy.
I knew it. I knew this wasn't gonna work out.
Well then why didn't you say so?
It never fails.
On a rare occasion I ever try to actually put a little effort into something. Maybe try putting a lot of effort.
I just end up getting reminded of what a failure I am.
Believe in the you that Karna believed in, please. Please. I've heard of Bishamon. I assume that's not a short version of Bishamon 10, so no. Actually, actually, that does sound vaguely familiar. I don't know from where though. I might be thinking of a Digimon. It is a short. Okay. Wait. So you're saying? Just the Indian name for them, huh? Oh. So definitely not minor then. That's decidedly not. Yeah, definitely not minor then. Okay. Well, I'm sure we can handle that probably. That's pretty much me in a nutshell. Waste of space. Oh. Shiniko, please.
It's not your fault it didn't work out, Ganesha.
None of us expected there to be that many Kali there.
Exactly. Mopping won't do you any good, hon. Let's try to stay positive, Kay.
I agree.
Whoa.
For my part, I was essentially fighting this battle alone until all of you came along.
Now there's a chance, even if it's just a small one, for us to go on the offensive. I think that's progress in itself. Why don't we rest up for a while?
Maybe that will help a good idea come to us. Yeah, you know, sit down, have some tea.
Lady Lakshmi, welcome back. Thanks for standing guard. Anything to note? No. Everything's been the same as usual here. I see you're all unharmed here, unlike Ajay and the other people in Bichu. I guess those rumors about you fighting the Kali off
Instead of just praying were true.
You must be Lady Lakshmi's companions.
That's us.
Yes, that's right. I'm afraid Lady Lakshmi had to explain it to us many times before we understood. But eventually, we realized that there's something strange about this world. That we didn't like it here. This has been the way things are for as long as we've known. I'm sure it wasn't easy to see them differently. I think I once had someone I loved more than...
Okay, so they do have... not memories, but like, feeling. Like, the feeling remains. of people that have been that were wiped out.
I think I once had someone I loved more than anything, but I can't even remember their name or their face. Whoever it was must have been killed by a Kali in a past Yuga. Anyone who Arjuna considers defective, unnecessary, or evil disappears when a new Yuga begins, as if they never even existed. But it makes sense that it would be exceptionally complex to adjust every single parameter in the world that pertains to the people who disappear. I guess not even Arjuna can completely erase their remnants, the holes they leave behind in the hearts of the people who cared for them. Some of us realized they lost someone when they saw the gifts their loved one gave them in their homes. At first, it only feels like something's vaguely off, but in time, you start to remember them more clearly, especially if they left behind any letters, which some did. Oh my, that's surprisingly careless of him, leaving behind so many physical records like that. Although, maybe Koyansky is the one behind sadistically cruel touches like that. I certainly wouldn't put it past her. Man, only being able to half remember someone you cared about sounds rough.
Kind of like how Karna was with you. Right?
That's way worse than Asha just forgetting about her dog.
Yes, it's painful not being able to remember someone who once meant so much to you.
Unbearably so. That's why I decided to fight back. I think everyone else in our village more or less feels the same. Lady Lakshmi is the one who taught us how to fight. Any friends of hers are friends of ours. Please come inside. We don't have much time, but you're welcome to...
And Kali attack.
I appreciate the kind offer, but it's better if we stay out of your village for now. Indeed. Oh, don't misunderstand. We're very happy to accept the invitation. But we can't very well bring along another guest who is definitely not invited.
Oh no, I thought she'd be like the third node of this section. So I thought it was gonna be like two waves of Kali, then her. Okay, no, we're just fighting her right off the bat.
Update. Target spotted.
Neza.
Warning. Do not call me that.
You may know another Neza, but I'm not her.
Yeah, she's right. That isn't the Neza you know. Or the one we came here with. She's still Crown Prince Neza, Marshal of the Central Altar. But this one serves Arjuna as one of the Lokapala. So that's one of the false god's servants. The rumors I've heard say they like to brag about how he shared his divine power with them. Affirmation. Yes, he has given each of us one of his many divinities. If he is a false god,
then so are we.
Conclusion. That's all I need to know.
If you would refuse to obey his laws, then I cannot stand idly by.
Assertion.
Divine punishment is required here. Guess we're not talking this out. Yeah, no. It's, I feel like the only one we can probably talk to is maybe William. He seems like a good enough guy that we might be able to convince him to turncoat, but probably not.
Alright, Pepperoncino. This is your time to shine. You said she ran off to pursue you back to the mountain where we found a Ganesha, yes?
Are you trying to use Pepe as bait?
Then your job is to draw her attention away from us once more.
I'm pretty sure it's not gonna work now. Last time she didn't see you guys as a threat. I don't think that's the case anymore. Affirmation. That man is no longer my sole target.
You are now all equally high priority targets. I will not let any of you escape.
See? But why?
Even if you're a different aspect of her that was summoned or were embedded with a divinity,
you're still Nessa, aren't you? And the Nessa we knew always had a strong sense of justice.
Yeah. She is, in her mind, she is enacting justice, though. So, what now?
In this world, the only measure of something's value is whether God deems it worthy or not.
Yeah, AV6.
He's the sole arbiter of what should and shouldn't be. I think that's inherently unjust. It disparages the value in feelings, memories, life, and death alike. So then, how can you?
Oh my.
That was certainly hot, Phil. She really has learned how to express her anger. You're a product of mankind's arrogance and rationalism. So while I'm glad to see such emotion from you, it makes me a bit nervous.
Why nervous?
Your innocence was your greatest source of strength. Once that's gone, what will you have gained instead?
I don't know. What are you concerned she'll gain?
Neza, please tell me something. What do you think of this world?
Answer unnecessary. Oh, okay.
Commencing attack.
I'm not gonna go down without a fight. Answer unnecessary because you'd be deemed a traitor if you said your thoughts on it?
You've got it, Master. I can't let you return to your false god now that you know about our village. Prepare to die. You do realize saying stuff like that totally makes you sound evil, right?
A little bit.
Anyway, Nez is a figure in Journey to the West, and the investiture of the gods, right? I think some people also call her Naza. Oh man, I can't believe I'm up against someone so famous.
Then again, I guess Ganesha's right up there too, huh?
Alright, fine. I'll just put in a
Pico effort like usual. Pico effort? It's a word I came up with. It means my unusual willingness to try, my usual hopelessness, my wish to avoid responsibility. It's basically all sorts of feelings rolled up into one big old mess, okay? Get with it. Alright. Yeah, a Pico effort, yep. You do that. Sounds good to me. Alright. Dasher. Lakshmi. Got double Lakshmi. Well, we better deal with her now, because if we let her go, we can say goodbye to this village. That's for sure. Endurance battle. Okay, so that's survive probably what, 5 turns? I would assume. Let's put the damage cut on. Apply that to yourself. Just make it so we don't take damage. She's trying to murder Lakshmi, okay. Well, Nobu's invincible was a waste, apparently. Unfortunately. That's fine. I should have done it the other way around. Oh, well. Some damage. Oh, she's gonna burn us alive, eh? Burn, baby, burn. Might be a turn too early to activate that. I say that she'll probably die this next turn. Oh yeah, Draco. Draco, you're so good to me. That's the stuff. I'll hold off. Honestly, depending on how many turns we get in this endurance battle, we might be able to kill her. Nah, it probably also has Safeguard. It'll probably end after if we break her second break bar, right? Yeah. Damn. Neza, just know I could have killed you. if it didn't end because we broke your second break bar, I could have killed your ass. Did we talk about the reason Lakshmi Bai's design is so genre-derived? I think so. Wasn't it because she was described as India's Jeanne d'Arc, like an actual text? And so they were like, hey, make it look like Jeanne. Or was that completely a fate thing? As far as I could find, it goes back to... Yeah. Just shaking.
How can she have so many noble phantasms? What's going on here?
I don't think those are noble phantasms. They're probably Bao Bei depicted in the investiture of the gods. So I can understand why she has them. But the Nessa we know has never exhibited this kind of fighting ability. There's something else going on here. I mean, she's got a god of war, right? Bichimoto's god of war inside of her, so you know that'd probably do it. She did say that Arjuna shared one of his divinities with her. I suspect the key lies there. This is no natural divine spirit amalgamation like we've seen with Sitanai. This is a case of divine elements simply being fused into an existing being. As difficult as it may be to believe, if one of Arjuna's divinities is truly able to coexist with a servant's spirit origin, that would indeed explain this remarkable increase in her power and abilities. Assuming he gave her one of the local power regions, tasked with defending different directions, I'd say Kubera's probably at the top of the list of possibilities. Kubera's the god of wealth and treasure. Oh?
Okay. I thought it was a god of war, but alright.
So that would explain why she has such an abundance of power now.
Kubera. That's what gods function to always survive once given here. Guess not. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, when Rome adopted some of the Greek gods, they already had some gods for certain things, so like, what was it? Athena, who was the goddess of wisdom and war, but also sewing. Not exactly sewing, but craftsmanship? Not craftsmanship. What's the word? Whatever. Anyway. Weaving, yeah. That got split up in... Because Rome already had a goddess of, like, craft, right? And so... Because isn't there Minerva, but also a different goddess that got the other... I don't know, maybe I'm making that up. I could have sworn Athena ended up being like Athena's domains was like split between two different goddesses in Roman mythos. I could be misremembering though.
Not well known in your neck of the woods, huh? Trust me, he's a very important god in India. There are all sorts of stories about him, but they all agree that he was the guardian of the North. He was also known as Dhanapati, the Lord of Wealth, and the Visravana, son of Vishrava. Though in Japan, he might be better known as Tamoten, or Bishamoten. Kuber. I think he was Ravana's half-brother. As I recall, he battled Ravana, only to lose both the fight and control over the island of Lanka. And in that case, he has some connection to me as well. Or rather, to Sita. Also, maybe that's why he's such a good match for Neza. Request. Shut up. There's no need to explain. We are here to fight.
Fair enough.
Still, I will tell you one thing. The divinity of the god of wealth does reside within me. Declaration, therefore, this can only end in defeat.
Oh crap. Oh cripes.
Another OP item? No fair, she's decked out in legendary gear and I'm still in my starting equipment.
Damn, this game balancing sucks!
Gods have immense power far beyond ordinary beings. That's what makes them gods. If this Neza really has been given a divinity, it would definitely explain how she got so absurdly strong. But it's so sad. I can barely stand to watch.
Barely stand to watch what? Her personality being eroded away? Like what are you watching? Let me in on the Oh well, I guess we'll find out.
To battle.
I mean, I can't imagine
the Indian gods are all that happy about being forced into becoming one with Arjuna, right? So like... Maybe Pepe said it was sad because the gods actively, like, fighting for control of Neza's body? Maybe? I don't know, so well, I guess we'll find out. Nobu, you're literally burning alive and you're laughing. Well, I mean, you're burning yourself alive, so I guess. I mean, if it's of your own volition, I guess, you know, that's fine. Ow. Yeah, fire that minigun. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Roman trait plus crit go burr. Ow! Merlin! Merlinus!
さてカウンティングオーバーと
I forget, what does Garden of Avalon do exactly? HP each turn, increase... Yeah... Garden of Avalon.
星の宇宙に物見の打てが楽園の端から君に聞かせよう罪なき者のみ通るがいいガーデン・オブ・アバロンロサ・サングイスじゃじゃじゃじゃじゃ技能をしよう
Who?
はっせい技能をしよう
Okay, well, yeah, you need to be stunned.
我が舌を喜ばせろよかろう
ロサ・サングイスはっ
And then hopefully you'll die to this
技能をしよう
Noble Phantasm Barrage. Oh, you stunned Draco. Oh, that fucking sucks. That sucks real freaking hard. Johnny Poo. If you would,
ではこれを
Oh, the Noble Phantasm strength down didn't go through. Oh. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
主よ力をお貸しください
Yes, Jean.
リラック
Yes.
スリラックス
ここは私の
Alright.
行きます
オーケーおや行くかい
My hero.
どうだい
技能をしよう
Okay. That's cool. Just stunning me all over the place.
わしが出る
Go Nobu. Go Nobu. Show her what for.
点集いて視界を追う波順返上三千大戦天魔王じゃじゃじゃじゃじゃ消え失せよ腹渡をぶちまけ
Okay. Wow. This is gonna hurt. Oh yeah. Yeah.
夢
Yeah.
の世界にひと
Yeah,
まず
they were
退
just
散
ripped off the face of the planet.
やるではないかここまで来たのに
技能をしよう技能をしよう
Yeah. Good luck using those abilities on enemies that aren't there. Great job. Alright. What a team. Draco, Lakshmi, and Cha-Cha. Absolute squadron.
私に続前に出る
Cha-Cha!
大日だとて侮るな
技能をしよう技能をしよう
Defense down in exchange for... that's fine. We can make it work.
守るべき者のために 共に戦おう
We'll just focus everything on Draco.
このチャチャがオールウェイズお見通しチャチャのなんかすごい力を
Why does this sound so threatening? Cha-Cha always sees through you. Like, oh.
よかろ望みを
Does Cha-Cha now, huh?
宴を始め
Mildly concerning. But it's
見る
fine.
がよいこれが貴様らの繁栄の答え欲望の空を切り裂く流星のきらめきである
Alright.
ペイバロンドムスアウレア
She might... Oh yeah, she's dead.
獣の七冠よ
Get out of here, Crown Prince Neza. This isn't your realm. Not anymore. Or ever, really. Oh?
You've noticed too, haven't you, Master? That fight was clearly...
What? Neza? Was she purposefully trying to get killed? Why? That was an incredible display of wealth and fortune. It almost makes me envy you. But...
you took it too far. Even with all your abundance, you were spending it faster than you could replenish it. You know, I thought the way you were burning through your items seemed familiar. You were doing it on purpose.
You went out of your way to use more of your power than necessary. You made sure to use so much that not even the god of wealth could recover from the loss. Why?
Kubera's the god linked to my father. Huh? In China, Crown Prince Nez's father is known as Tuotali Li Chongwang, aka Pagoda Baron Heavenly King Li, aka Li Jing. And in Japan, Li Jing is considered to be the same as the figures I mentioned before, Tamonten and Bishamonten. There's a lot of cross-pollination between Taoist lore and Buddhist myth when it comes to gods like these, so it can be difficult to make sense of. But the long and short of it is, we can be pretty sure that Li Jing and the Hindu god Kubera are one and the same. And I, of course, have a connection to my father.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Confusion. There is something inside the jewel I hold in my chest. I do not know what to call these feelings I hold towards my father.
What does that mean?
The details are a little different between Journey to the West and the Investiture of the Gods. But basically, Neza was born with tremendous power and wrecked a lot of things, even as a baby. Her father acted in anger and fear, and Neza lost her body as a result. She was later reborn into a new being thanks to the Buddha and Thais and Ren. Well, the real story might be more complicated than that, but that's an accurate picture of the sensual relationships. Plus, they say Neza's father is still afraid of her power, so... I am Crown Prince Neza, Marshal of the Central Altar. I am not Li Jing.
So having your father inside you, was that offensive to you? It is therefore impossible for me to tell what I think and feel now that both beings have been combined within me.
But I can be certain about this. It is not right for Li Jing to exist inside Neza. It is utterly preposterous. Truth, such a being can never be me. Truth, that is not how I am meant to function. That's why you burned yourself out. You couldn't accept what you've become. Oh, I take such a, well, roundabout approach to suicide. Good point. If you wish to end your life,
You could have done so any other number of ways.
for example, you could have fought back against the god who made you that way with all of your might.
Since he trusted you enough to bestow you with power,
You should have had plenty of chances to attack him if you chose. I considered that, of course, but deemed it impossible. His divine power is just too great.
and if I lost, he might decide to erase my consciousness for being defective. Then I would truly become nothing more than a puppet with Neza's body and Kubera's power. Yeah, no, that'd probably be an even worse outcome.
Conclusion. That would be a fate worse than death. If you ended up as a berserker thanks to that violent side of you being the most prevalent in your manifestation, that would probably also mean that your feelings about your father are stronger and fresher than the usual Neza. Which would explain why you just didn't want to deal with it.
Understandable?
Yes, I tried not to think about it at first. I buried my feelings deep down and did my best to forget them. But then I saw her.
Araneza, the one you killed?
Araneza. The moment I saw her, it felt like I had been cursed. I was overcome with rage and hatred and envy, so much so that I couldn't stop myself from destroying her. I couldn't stand the idea of another me, a truer me, being out there. I could not accept it, but destroying her did nothing to lift my curse. I could no longer ignore my incompleteness. I could no longer stand how ugly I was. That's why I did this. Elaboration. It was not you who destroyed me. I destroyed me. I can't say I approve of what you did, but I can understand it. That is fine. If nothing else, I was able to avoid the worst possible outcome. For that, I thank you. But I will not apologize. The one to whom I should apologize is no longer here. Defects should just disappear. For the first time, I understand that logic. The defective Neza mixed with her father would disappear. That is how it should be. Salvation. I will not return in the next Yuga. You're a servant of that god. You have no right to say that.
My lover is gone now. How dare you say that they were defective? How dare you say they deserve to disappear?
Apology. I have no way of knowing that. All I'm saying is, for those of us ashamed of our defectiveness, getting to disappear can be a kind of salvation.
Hang on. If you're really grateful to us, then give us some info! Right? Don't leave us hanging.
It can be about anything. Arjuna, the other Lokapala.
Oh, we want to know about God Skyboulder too.
That giant cube. Truth. Unknown. I know nothing about it either. Nor do I know who might know something.
Damn, I was afraid you'd say something like that.
The Lokapala are servants that he has bestowed with divinities. If you defeat them, those divinities should disperse like mine is. So we can whittle down the forces by taking them out, huh?
Yeah, but what if they attack us all at once? Without the intention of dying like she did. That's good to know.
Whenever we inevitably face off with Arjuna, not having to also fight 3 servants with godly power at the same time will be a huge help.
Yeah, I guess.
Can you tell us anything about the other Lokapala? Answer. Eswataman is a special case. He goes around on his own, fighting battles in place of Arjuna. The others watch over different regions. They sometimes assemble under Arjuna's orders, but in general, they keep to their assigned area.
Oh, so we can easily just go to each of their areas and fight them one-on-one. Or I guess 3-on-1, 4-on-1, technically, but, you know.
There are only 3 Lokapala, so each one covers a wide swath of land. I don't know what happened to the gods who were originally meant to guard the different directions. There's supposed to be 8 Lokapala, 1 for each cardinal direction. I wonder if their divinities are still inside Arjuna, because he doesn't need them. What do all you Lokapala do exactly? And which directions do you oversee? Answer. We watch over people, guard against revolt, and take care of the sacred beasts. My territory stretches over everything from the north to the southeast. The old man handles everything from the north to the southwest. And the young man handles everything from the southeast to the southwest.
So he has a much smaller area.
The old man is William Tell, an archer, and the young man is Asclepius, a caster.
A lot of useful information there, even though I already knew it, but, you know, the people in game didn't know it, so yeah, it's useful. I can make something happen with that, probably. Hopefully. Maybe. Who knows? We'll see.
God's commander, final node. Yes.
Asclepius. Sweet. We got his true name. Asclepius is the hero known for being one of the Argonauts, and for founding medicine as we know it today. It's too bad Adelante's not here. She might have been able to tell us more about him. And then there's William Tell, one of the most famous hunters in the world. So that's who the elderly man is. As a rule, servants are usually summoned in their prime. So his middle-aged appearance must be because that time in his life is when his skills were at their peak. Interestingly, neither of these heroic spirits have any connection to India whatsoever. But now they've been given the divinity and power of Indian gods. I wonder what effect that's had on their abilities. Answer unknown.
I never paid much attention to their abilities. I did not need to.
Oh. Report. I have reached my limit. Outsider. No. Master of Chaldea. Maybe we will meet again someday. And if we do, let it not be this defective version of me. I hope it will be that other pure me.
Yeah. Although that's questionable. There's still a argument whether Neza ended up getting resummoned to Chaldea or not, but you know. I'm a headcanon that she does. Yeah.
Just because a servant is given divine power, that doesn't necessarily mean they'll see it as a good thing. If anything, it was that power that made her see herself as defective. Yes. Even servants are no exception. Knowing what you need, what you don't, what to keep, what to discard. I think everyone has to decide those things for themselves, because no two people are exactly alike. It's no one else's place to unilaterally choose them for you, not even a god. You had every right to say what you said to what you did to that Lokapala. I can more than understand your anger at someone desiring to cut themselves off from this world, after they've been going around doing the same to others. All I'm saying is that the ones serving the god have their reasons as well. As that girl there just said, it's not right for a single entity, even a god, to make decisions for the entire world. Yes, you're right.
Besides, the important thing is that you and your comrades succeeded at defeating one of the Lokapala. Well, I mean, as she said, she kind of defeated herself, technically, so...
This is cause for celebration. I'll go tell the others.
Mwahaha! Not only did you defeat one of the Lokapala, you even learned the true names of the other two servants. This is a most welcome turn of events, Ritsuka. It feels like the car infuriatingly blocking our way moved aside, and we finally got to floor it and leave them in the dust. Now we just have to keep up our momentum all the way to the finish line.
You're not really much good at gauging the mood, are you? We're not exactly celebrating here.
No, wait. My god power is telling me what's really going on here. You did gauge the mood here and just ignored it.
Needs like me aren't too good at that sort of social stuff. Yeah, Gordy has a way of things sometimes.
And I guess you could also call it a pretty minor skill.
Would you mind not psychoanalyzing me right where I can hear you?
Especially when you're going to be so spot on.
As the commander, I merely offered my assessment of the present situation.
Right.
A servant doesn't get to choose who summons them. Well, this was very unfortunate for Neza. It worked out for us. If she hadn't purposefully worn herself down, I don't think we could have avoided taking some heavy losses. I agree. It doesn't feel like we won so much as she let us win. Neza was a special case. Since she just happened to have a special connection to the Indian divinity, she was given.
Yeah, we can't expect such, mercy from the others, I assume. Again, even though I feel like William might be okay, we might be able to talk to William, but I don't know. We'll see.
I don't think we can count on anything similar happening with the local Apollo who don't have any ties to India. Agreed. Asfataman was a significant threat, even when we were only trying to get away. His regenerative abilities and his immortality were both on a scale I've rarely seen. As for the other servants, we should assume they're at least as powerful as Neza would have been if she'd made better use of Kubera's power, if not more so.
We'll figure something out.
But who's to worry?
That's it?
I can't tell if you're deliberately trying to stay positive or just a hopeless optimist. Both?
Still if nothing else.
At least we've made a bit of progress.
Eliminating one of the divinities under Arjuna's control is a victory no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a positive. Though of course it's still too early to say how much value or significance this victory portends.
Actually, now that you mention it, I think I do feel a little lighter. That indescribable pressure we've felt hindering us in this world. That strange feeling that something is off, that's been preventing us from finding our footing. It feels like it's not quite as bad now. It seems safe to assume that eliminating one of the Lokapala has improved the state of the world somehow.
I don't know why, but I'll take what we can get.
Needless to say, if we're going to defeat Arjuna, we'll need to reduce his overwhelming power and find a way to draw out more of our own. If eliminating Lokapala can achieve both at once, that would truly be killing two birds with one stone. Forget birds or stones.
At this point, that looks to be our only possible path to victory, period.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So I guess we'll just have to make our way down it a little bit at a time. Journey of 1,000 miles and all that. In other words, our next course of action is to try and take out all the other Lokapala. And luckily, we now know where we can probably find them. Sure, they may just be very general directions, but it's still better than having no lead at all. Plus, I bet the towns and villages in those areas will know something.
Sounds good to me.
According to Neza, Asfataman moves around freely, on his own, so going after him won't be an option. So the question is, who do we pursue first? William Tell or Asclepius?
First no-brainer. The archer is clearly the higher priority target.
Why?
Oh, why's that?
Isn't it obvious? We can't have him sniping Ritsuka now, can we? She's the cornerstone of our whole operation here, after all.
That's a good point.
I may be personally blessed by the goddess of fortune, but Ritsuka there is the one holding the key to our victory. Therefore, we should take out the archer first, to eliminate the risk of Ritsuka being taken out at a distance and ensure her safety.
I understand how you feel, but I'm not certain the choice is so clear-cut. We shouldn't let a king rush headlong into danger just because we're wary of their rook.
No, I understand. It's a question of who has the greater advantage. The fact is, we currently have no servants who excel at mid to long range combat. Every member in our current lineup is the closest to mid-range fighter. If we were to go after the archer first, we could end up struggling to pin him down, only to have him really throw a wrench in the works by calling in reinforcements.
Agreed. That is a distinct possibility.
Casters, on the other hand, tend to be excellent mages, but they're certainly not known for their prowess in battle. Being an excellent mage doesn't automatically make you an excellent warrior, after all. No. Most casters fight by laying cunning traps and collecting information outside of battle to stack the deck in their favor. So in a head-to-head brawl, they're likely to fall one step behind compared to an archer. If we can drag them into such a brawl, we should have a good chance of defeating them. Essentially, our goal would be to reduce the enemy's forces by going after the weaker opponent first.
That would leave the archer's threat looming over us, but that's been no less true all this time. I believe we can minimize the risks by taking measures against any attempts at sniping and eliminating the caster as quickly as possible.
Then it's settled. We'll go after the caster first.
I can't believe it.
What? That Gordy's actually decent at planning? Even if his initial plan was shot down, he still understood why and brought forward reason as to why he was wrong.
Well, what can't you believe?
As a fellow chubster,
I demand an explanation.
Hey,
I'll have you know that I only have all this extra weight out of respect for Ganesha. Yeah, well, you tell yourself that.
anyway, I was just surprised that you were acting like a decent commander for once. You really do know the differences between servant classes, don't you, Gachi?
Gachi? Does that mean she thinks I'm like Kyle Gotch, the undisputed god of pro wrestling?
Or she just forgot your name. But yeah, we'll go with that.
That's a rather elegant nickname you come up with there, young lady.
Right. Yeah.
That I appreciate. But to be clear, I've been studying this sort of thing ever since I knew I was going to be the next director of Chaldea. After all, it'd be quite the fast if Chaldea's top brass didn't know the first thing about its crucial heroic spirit summoning system. Isn't that right, Kirilite?
Yes, Director. I know you've been studying diligently every day since we left Russia.
What? No, I've known these things all along. I'm nothing if not a capable commander, after all. Regardless, I now easily know just as much as a newly minted master. Furthermore, I've also taken another look at Ritsuka's reports. By this point, I can quickly calculate each class's traits, the cost of summoning a given servant, and the amount of strain placed on the nervous system by the Mystic Code. With just one hand and a common pocket calculator. Incidentally, Ritsuka, you'll be getting hungry in about 3 hours, so make sure you have some rations ready to go.
He's even calculated the rate Master burns calories. My commander. Aye, sir.
Yes, very impressive. Now can we get back on track? So we'll be going after Asclepius first. Neza said he's in charge of the south, but how do we go about finding him? I'm told there's a town in the south. If his job includes keeping an eye on the people in his region, there's a strong chance he'll show up there. In that case, we should be able to ask someone in this village where to find it. Okay, sounds like a plan to me.
Good. Alright, Ritsuka. Your next mission is to head south, find the caster Asclepius, and defeat him.
Oh, don't worry. Yours truly, the beautiful Miss Da Vinci, will be holding an extensive lecture on Greek heroes to give you something to listen to on the way. Great. Cool. Just what I wanted. Okay. Cool. I wasn't expecting a pop-up. I figured they would treat the explanation given during that talk to be plenty, but all right, I won't say no. Treta Yuga, Asclepius, the god of medicine. He shouldn't be too hard to deal with, right? Probably. Maybe. I mean, we'll see. Alright, no, give me actually give me an assassin. Assassino. And yeah. You know, honestly, Asclepius might just let us... No, probably not. I would say he might let us kill him, but... that'd probably be too much to ask for. if we're being real. Oh, my. It would seem Kubera has vanished. Well, damn. Now I feel bad for pawning off my job on her. Don't be stupid. She ran off on her own. You didn't ask her to go. Also, if you're going to bother saying that sort of thing, then you could at least pretend you mean it. You don't look the least bit sorry. Yeah? Don't know what to tell you then. I'm really broken up over here. Are you, though? I don't know if I believe you. This won't do. This won't do at all. I could tell Crown Prince Neza was up to something, but she was still one of the hands of God. The fact that she's gone now is... There is no problem. The God's power is infinite. Even if one is shattered, I remain limitless. All the numerical attacks that he was are still the same, it just doesn't nerf your quick attacks now. Yeah, you'd think it'd make more sense to like leave it all, but then like weaken it by however much percent. That'd probably make more sense. But I mean, hey, I'll take what I can get. Indeed. Of that I have no doubt whatsoever. But you must agree that it is inconvenient to have one fewer pawn to serve you, yes? Is that not why you summoned the other servants after Asataman? To have them execute your will? What do you say? If you like, I'd be happy to provide you with another summoning spell. No. Even that is of no consequence. All I need now is to keep repeating the yugas. Thanks to the power you all brought me, I have been able to speed up the sluggish yuga cycle. So I will continue on. I will keep drowning the world's defects, its evils, and cutting them away. The demise of the great yuga, the cycle formed by the other yugas that only a god can see, is approaching. The great yuga, huh? You said this 10-day yuga cycle you're repeating is itself just a part of this great yuga, right? Indeed. Now's the time for this universe to end. The whole world has lapsed into degeneracy. The great Kali Yuga and its massive destruction is at hand. Oh God, you should be proud.
The seeds of morality you've tended for an eternity are at last about to bear fruit. Ordinarily, it would take hundreds, no thousands of years, but that would be far too long to wait. Too long to wait. Thanks to you dramatically shortening the small Yuga cycle to 10 days, the great Yuga cycle has been sped up as well. How powerful. And then, all that will remain is that which is truly good, truly necessary. Then, I'll be able to create a perfect, ideal world. Indeed, indeed, indeed. What a lovely world that would be. If that really does happen, why, that would be just lovely. Soon, very soon now, I think, you will remake the world over the course of enough small Yugas for us to get there. I wonder how many more Yugas it will take. 1, 2, few enough that we can count them with our hands. I can't wait to find out.
Shh. Hey, alter ego. Enough with the digressions. Basically, the boss is telling us not to worry about Nez's death, right? Fine, got it. Now, can I get back to my research? I've got a lot on my plate, you know.
Yeah, what's that then, huh?
I swear, there's nothing worse than all the time people waste on pointless chatter. Especially when you're patient and you get to listen to them blabbing away about their inane
Personal lives.
It'd be one thing if they at least had some interesting rare disease. But it's almost always just another boring cold or broken bone or something. Wait.
Huh?
Alright, if you want me to wait, I'll wait. What is it? There's something I should tell all of you.
Oh? Oh? My, how unusual. Yes, it's not every day we see a glimpse of his humanity. So Arjuna is in there somewhere. Even if barely.
Fofo?
I don't see as much water or flowers as as much water or flowers as I did yesterday. This looks like the harvest season. I guess that's dependent on the current Yuga too.
As I recall, today is the beginning of the Treta Yuga. That's the time when things start to deteriorate a bit from how they were during Krita Yuga, and 1/4 of the world's rightful order is lost.
It's quite a radical difference for us to just see things change so instantaneously.
But that's just the way this world works. For the people who live in this world, this is all perfectly normal.
Nonetheless, I cannot help but feel that this state of affairs is far too sudden and unnatural. If the Yuga cycle has been shortened to a mere 10 days, something is certainly amiss. At this point, I would not be the least bit surprised to learn of some sort of distortion here, affecting the entire world.
Alright, now that we've all adjusted to our new surroundings, it's time for the lecture I promised. You keep walking, I'll keep talking. Asclepius is a hero from Greek mythology. His father was the Olympian god Apollo, and his mother was a woman named Coronis, making him a demigod. Shortly after his birth, he was entrusted to a centaur sage. That's right, our very own Chiron. Asclepius first studied medicine under him.
Did you read notes? I did. I actually watched it a long time ago. I watched it, November, I believe, of 2024. I actually have to edit that still. I've had the recording file since then, and I haven't done anything with it. Yeah, I should do that. It's not that long ago, all things considered. Yeah, I guess.
Asclepius first studied medicine under him. But his talent for medicine surpassed his teachers eventually. In addition to the sun, Apollo was also the god of sickness and healing, so that's probably where Asclepius got his talent for medicine. To elaborate, he took the knowledge of herbology Chiron imparted to him and expanded on it, which led to the concept of medicine as we know it today spreading far and wide. Up to that point, healing had been strictly the domain of the gods, which is probably why he came to be known as the father of medicine, and a god in his own right. At the time, the concept of a doctor, someone with both the knowledge and skill to treat injuries and disease in someone other than himself, and a patient, the beneficiary of the doctor's knowledge and skill, was a huge paradigm shift, and Asclepius is the one who made it happen. Wow, when you put it like that, he sounds like a really big deal. Though of course I'm sure Ganesha's way more famous than him, being an actual god and all.
Why do you take such weird... Okay, oh, whatever.
As I mentioned earlier, he was one of the Argonauts, owing entirely to his skill as a doctor. He probably got to know Atalante, Heracles, and Medea during the voyage on the Argo too. It's too bad none of them are here now. They might have been able to tell us more about him.
I'm sorry, but I have no interest in his life story. Got Hephaestion, cool. She's the pretender, right? The 4-star pretender. I'm still pretenderless. I'm jelly. One day, I'm sure I'll get one. One day.
All I need to know is how to defeat him.
Oh, there are plenty of other interesting stories to share about him.
Like the one about how his staff became entwined with snakes and came to be symbolic of medicine everywhere. But it looks like that one will have to wait.
The beautiful Miss Da Vinci is taking a short sabbatical.
Why's that? I'm picking up a huge wildlife reading. It looks like some kind of hydra.
Oh? I thought this world was supposed to only have Kali and sacred beasts. What do you mean a hydra? What do you mean? Is this because I mentioned snakes? Maybe words have more power than we give them credit for. Yeah, maybe.
Well, there are many Indian legends involving serpents, such as Naga and Vritra. This would seem to be no more than an ordinary creature. One that is apparently set on having Miss Ritsuka for its supper.
Talk about the struggle for existence.
There's no need to bother Indra about this.
The fewer dangerous animals there are,
the safer it is for everyone.
True.
I don't want to be eaten either.
Neither do I, Jinako, neither do I.
You guys have seen how a snake's stomach bulges out after it swallows its prey whole, right?
Yeah.
I'm warning you now, Hydra. The same thing's gonna happen to you if you eat me.
I don't think it minds.
Oh, by the way,
I'm a vegetarian now, so if you want to make me an offering, some potato chips,
would hit the spot.
Why do I not believe you? Or maybe she is vegetarian because Ganesh is... I don't know. But the Jinako I know would never be a vegetarian. Not my goat. Not the true Queen of the Moon. That's right, I said it. Hakuno. Nero. Who?
Elephant
God, yeah. Yeah. Ganesha. I'm sure he's probably god of something else too, but I think the elephant thing's all we need. All we really need to know. All right. Sick of Nobu. There you go. Good lass. I knew it was a long shot. I kind of hoped maybe, you know, Kuyansuke could have killed that one herself, but yeah, that was a foolish thought. Good dammy, good dammy. Yeah, you freaking grasshopper swarm, how dare you? Now, you die. Word to perfect cell. Alright, Hydra. I'm guessing that there being a Hydra here is probably Asclepius is doing. I feel like that'd be a fair bet, probably. All right, Cha-Cha, get your booty in here. Actually, I'm gonna give Draco a little buffy buff. Should have popped that ages ago. Yeah, fuck it, why not? Gander, get stunned. Yeah, we know your name already, Cha-Cha. We know you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Go Cha-Cha, go Cha-Cha. Cha-Cha's very weak. Ow! Rude. Alright. This should finish this man off. Pause. For the purpose of fanfic, I want to write anything that Nightingales have been to a place from Asclepion, Temple of Asclepius, stumbling was healing it formerly was. I found one place from Rome, East Heaven, Asclepion, that Nightingales documented to have visited. Looking at it made for a fun evening. Do you have any other Yeah, I have Bargist and Bavanchi. I don't have Melu. I tried to get her once. And she was not kind to me. She was like, no, I don't want to. Nope. Which was a shame. Because at the time I didn't have a 5-star Lancer. I mean, I have Enkidu now, which is nice, but at the time I didn't have him. But, no, she'll have I think she has another banner this year, so I'll have another chance, I suppose. I suppose.
3月の別称である。おや、何か物入りかな？先輩は降臨祭。
Yes, I have poor self-control. How could you tell? Ah, well. Let's continue. Nom nom nom. It's so good. Oh god. Right, right. I make the best roasted bananas you'll ever have. I don't like when you do that face. Go on, Master, try one. They're great for your skin and for staying in shape. You're still a grown girl, so you've got to eat up. Of course, I'll be digging right in with you. I'm eating one right now. It is really good. Faux. Of course it's too hot for you, Faux. Cats have very heat-sensitive tongues, and you're practically one of them. You'll just have to make do with a regular unroasted banana. I haven't camped out since the rebellion. This really brings back memories. Good for you. By definition, a rebellion involves fighting a ruler, much stronger than you. Surely it can't all be nostalgic. Of course not. I remember very well how we never had enough supplies to go around. The sepoy incited its uprisings left and right before they ran off to Delhi, leaving us John C. to clean up the mess. Thanks to that, we had almost nothing in the way of people, funding, or supplies. Sometimes my comrades and I had nothing to eat but a single half-rotten banana between us all. That doesn't sound great! Hey, I know it's none of my business, but are you sure you don't want to join the conversation? You're quite intelligent, aren't you? Then you do know who I am. Well, if you are who I think you are, I just remembered that there were rumors of you helping the sepoys in their rebellion. Of course, that's just how the story goes, so I have no idea if it's true. Who can say? Truth is, I'm really not anyone right now. All I can say is if Shion hadn't summoned me, I wouldn't be who I currently am. Huh? Then does that mean? At any rate, we should be using this time to let Ritsuka and her team rest, right? I don't see any need to jump in with my own old, unasked-for stories. I'm going to take another look at the engine. If you don't see me again tonight, it's because I'm busy there. Alright, I got it. I'm interested to see how, because, obviously I know in-game he's called Nemo, but, there's gotta be, more to the story around him, so I'm excited for them to get into that more. Because, yeah, he's technically Nemo, but what he just said, right, I'm not technically anyone, or I'm not really anyone. It was and then there's the whole, if Shion had summoned me, I wouldn't be who I currently... I don't know. There's mystery to be had there. I got it. Or maybe he's just emo. I don't know. He could just be emo. Nemo the emo. Yeah. It seems you're not ordinary queen either. Though I could already tell as much from the way you fight. Are you saying a queen who would sleep on the ground is no true queen? Not at all. Sita is said to have been born on a ridge between two rice fields. If anything, I'm fond of women who have an earthy scent. Rama! Buddy... Please. Please. My oh my. I guess the really famous heroes are natural Casanovas. I'll have to make sure I remember this. Huh? Why would you do that? Wait. You're not planning on telling Sita about this if we find her, are you? You've got it all wrong. I wasn't making a pass at her. I know that, silly. Of course I won't tell Sita about this. Don't lie to me, it's written all over your face. These roasted bananas are really good, aren't they, Mesh? Yeah. You know, I'm gonna choose to believe him in that he didn't mean it as a pass, and that he was trying to say that no, he wasn't trying to like disgrace her queenliness, I guess. I believe him. I believe him.
Yes, definitely. Can I tell you something, Senpai?
For some reason, I can't really explain. I feel like everything's going to work out. You jinxed it.
Foe? I know Karushuna is incredibly powerful. I know this world runs on a truly bizarre system. And I know that Nessa and Karna aren't here to help us anymore. We've seen some very, very painful things.
Oh, whoops. To be honest, it was all bringing me down a little. Yeah, me too, Mash. Me too, Mashy.
But now having all of us gathered around a campfire like this makes me feel more optimistic. Pepe was always so nice to me, even back when I didn't know anything at all.
I knew he was a very social person.
So it was difficult for me to accept that he had become our enemy. But now we're sitting around the same campfire, united in a common goal. It's also,
I don't know if this is the best way to say it, but it makes me really happy. And you know, I'm actually kind of hopeful right now. Maybe, just maybe, Asclepius, the caster we're about to face, will have his own feelings about this world. Just like Neza did. Maybe? I don't know if we should be this optimistic about it, though.
So if we talk to him, maybe there's a chance he'll be willing to help us out.
Oh, you're grown up to be such a good girl, Mashy.
I'm so glad to hear you think that.
Cause they're welfares from old events. So, well, welfares generally don't get outfit changes.
Pepe. Of course, I'm not too hopeful about my own prospects, so I can't share your optimism. But in that sense, we each have to place our own bets, so it's nothing you need to worry about. You're right. It's definitely not impossible. It might well be worth our while to try talking to him and William, even if they are Lokapala. But I don't think we should waste our breath on Sfataman. What makes you say that? Oh, you saw what he's like when you fought him before. You know how fiercely determined he is. You can't give anything that much effort unless you really truly believe in what you're doing.
He just wouldn't stay down no matter what.
Right, however much you hurt him, he'll just bounce right back, even if the wound is fatal. He was nowhere near so durable when he was with me, so it must be something with the divinity Arjuna gave him. But at any rate, he didn't even think to pretend he was out of commission so he could take it easy until his wounds finished healing right. He's as hardcore as they come. So I don't think we should get our hopes up about him, secretly hating this world and being willing to betray it. If anything, he seemed to me like he cared more about serving Arjuna than anything else. Not because Arjuna's his master now. I got the impression that he's a true believer in what Arjuna's doing. He and Arjuna might have been enemies back when they were human. Now I'm pretty sure Arjuna's way beyond thinking about the Kauravas and the
Pandavas at this point. Yeah, probably.
I always meant to try and get to know Sfataman better, But I was so busy back when this lost belt was first made that I kept putting it off. Now I really wish I made the time for him. Maybe then I'd at least have an idea of what he's thinking now. Oh. What? Oh my, you trying to slap some sense into me, little animal? Trying to tell me I shouldn't have let my contract with my servant be taken away? Oh yes, you're right. I'm his former master, so I feel responsible too. Even then, he always seemed like he was angry about something, so he couldn't have been less alike. But I didn't mind that. I figured that way I could let him handle everything that wasn't in my wheelhouse. Not to mention he was always an incredible fighter. Angry, huh? That's true, he was always super pissed off. Is there like a reason for that? Or is it just how he is? I'm not sure. All I know is he was like that from the time I summoned him. So who knows? Maybe that is just how he is. There's one story that says he attacked an enemy army in the dead of night, out of anger over his father's murder. Even though that sort of thing was absolutely against the rules of warfare at the time. Anywho, as a servant, he's always been fueled by rage. I'm sure there's more to him than that, but his rage burned so hard it seemed like it subsumed everything else. In some aspects, you could say he was a bit socially awkward. Yeah, but anger's a force to be reckoned with. Some people think of anger as giving you blinders and making you unwilling to see reason, but on the other hand, that kind of focus can be very powerful. So the idea of going up against someone so relentlessly devoted to his cause, well, it scares me. Honestly, I don't know what he'd be like now if I was still his master. It sounds like he would have been a very helpful ally. You think? I have a feeling a lukewarm puddle like me would have only cooled him off, and not in a good way. Anyway, I'm sure that wherever he is now, he's mad as hell about something. Yeah, probably. I swear I don't know how he does it. It takes just oodles of passion to stay angry all the time. I thought he was just, bad-tempered. Oh yes, his heart simply burns with passion. When you grow up, you'll understand just how hot and how sad it is to be angry that you burn yourself out. That kind of white-hot rage usually just doesn't last. Most of the time, anger quickly gives way to regret and despair. I can't even imagine what it would take to be truly angry all the time. Even sincerity only gets you so far. I mean, how long do you think a dandelion seed like me that goes wherever the wind takes him would last? If my hair ended up burning off my fury, I wouldn't have anything left. That sounds like it's taking the Buddhist idea of the world as a burning house of suffering a little literally. And honestly, I can't imagine how a guy named Pepperoncino isn't already living it up. True fair. Right. Pepperoncino's a great name, if I do say so myself, and it suits me perfectly. After all, I'm a spice of hot pepper from my head to my toes. I make it a point to live nice and carefree wherever I go. I'm not sure I agree with that, Pepe. You've always seemed very sincere to me. You never got angry, no. But you easily made up for it with how hard you were on yourself. Besides, it said that masters summon servants who are a lot like themselves. You may be very open-minded, but underneath that, I think you have a very strong sense of responsibility, and a powerful conviction not to lead an easy life. Oh my, that's very kind of you, but you're giving me way too much credit. I know you wish you could get along with us, with the Cryptas I mean, since you also used to be part of Team A. But you really gotta give that up, girl. If you don't, you'll just make trouble for yourself, your master, and us. We were all loners well before we were Cryptas. That didn't change just because we joined a group. Some of us have our own ideals. Some of us have faced major oppression. Some of us are natural rebels. Some of us were born in the wrong place. Some of us have lost our humanity entirely.
See, off the rip, you might think Lost Star Humanity might refer to Akata Yume, but I think this probably refers more to Daybit. That's the feeling I get. I shouldn't have shown you Master Condition. I'm gonna base it off the whole like personality match thing rather than like want and who I'd probably end up summoning are very different things. Personality wise, honestly, Ganesha Jinako low key might be it. Very little motivation, you know. Addicted to game. Yeah, Ganesha might be up there. But non-divine spirits, I don't even know. Who's a lazy heroic spirit? I don't know.
We've all got our own issues, and they don't go away just by being part of a team. There wasn't a good person among us. Not any of them, and not me either. I mean, we sold out all of mankind, and joined forces with the foreign god, just so we could survive, remember?
True.
Maybe you have a little survivor's guilt at being the only one left, Mashi. But you don't have to feel bad. This was always going to happen to us. Always going to happen?
Where are you getting this from, Pepperoncino?
Still, I really did enjoy my life in Caldia. So for me, you might even say it gave me a reason to live. Eee! I see. I don't quite get what you're talking about, but I can see that you're a man of conviction. You have quite the keen eye, don't you? I've noticed it helping us in battle since you joined. That keenness doesn't seem entirely physical either. Is it some sort of magecraft? Oh, why, yes, it's divine power. Just like the kind you use, Rami. It's a technique I came up with to let me use the power of the gods in my human body. I'm also pretty good at, Jinsukutsu, Tashinsu, and Rujinsu, I'll have you know.
What are those?
I could have sworn I've heard those terms somewhere. Do you know anything about them, administrative advisor?
Those are three of Japan's Shugendo Rokujinsu, or 6 supernormal Buddhist powers. Jinsukutsu is the power to run faster than any ordinary human. Tashinsu is the power to read others' minds. And Rujinsu is... My apologies, I do understand the concept, but I struggle to articulate it and make myself understood. It's something unique to Buddhism, almost an awareness of one's destiny, not dissimilar to enlightenment. I'm impressed. You know that much about Eastern philosophy. You really are a great detective, aren't you? I would say Rujinsu is the power to know oneself well, maybe. That's as good a way to remember it as any Ritsuka. Of course, I doubt you have much use for it, being Mash's master and all. I mean, know not much about yourself. That's just asking for trouble, right?
I guess.
Interesting. Rujinsu is said to be a state of mind that quells all doubts. Yet he thinks of it as asking trouble.
Why did you call yourself a dandelion seed earlier?
Oh my, that's what you're concerned about? You're awfully bold for such a cutie. It's simple. I ran away from my country when I was about your age. Ever since I've been an international stranger, Caldia is the first place in my life that I could actually call home.
Why'd you run away?
Well, because there wasn't anything there for me. I didn't get along with anyone in my family, extended or otherwise.
That's putting it mildly, of course. Since I hated them so much, I killed them all myself. Oh! That's not what I was expecting to hear. Oh well, a funny old life, isn't it? Yeah, real hoo hoo ha ha. Okay. Oh, back with us, Wataman.
Ah, damn it. God damn it all. This pisses me off. I'm so friggin' angry right now. Or pissed right now. I'm so mad I could throw up. I'm so mad it's making me dizzy. This goddamn anger never goes away. And it won't as long as I am who I am. That's why I wanted to hurry up and get here. When the Great Yuga ends, the world will finally stop cycling through destruction and rebirth. Every last evil defect will disappear, and the world will finally be perfect. They can't get here soon enough.
You think the world being perfect will change how you as a servant are? I think that's asking for too much, buddy. I think, I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, man. It's not looking good for you.
I'm picking up a life form nearby. A human. There's still some distance to your destination, so they may be a traveler. You can never have too much information. Let's go say hello.
I've never seen any of you before.
Yeah, we're new around here, so to speak. Hi there. Would you mind if we asked you a few questions?
You're headed for the town nearby? Don't bother. If I were you, I'd just turn around and go back where I came from.
Why? What's wrong with the village?
Huh? Why's that?
There's a real nasty disease going around in that town. I was just heading there myself to look for a new job, but once I heard about it, I turned right around. It had already killed a number of people by the time I heard about it. Might be dead bodies everywhere by now.
A plague? That's...
Alright, I'd better get going. Don't say I didn't warn you. We've got prayers and the sacred beasts to help us with the Kali, but you can't pray away disease.
I was gonna say something, but yeah, never mind.
You only get one life. You gotta make the most of it. True that, brother.
Prayers and the sacred beasts, huh?
Those don't actually do that much to help.
Well, what do we do now?
We go, of course.
I can't believe I forgot to ask about something so basic. Tell me, technical advisor. Am I right to assume we're all fully inoculated against the various pathogens
We expect to encounter in our travels. Yeah, I mean, she says we are, but... You know, I don't... It could be something new for all we know.
You bet we are. Think about all the places we've already been to. We're covered as far as just about any plague around goes.
We'll see.
Of course, Ritsuka's already pretty well set thanks to her innate poison resistance, so the vaccinations are more for peace of mind than anything else. But in case you're still concerned, Director, we could always have the servants go on ahead and collect more detailed data about this virus before. That's okay, let's just go. I want to see what's happening for myself. Fair. Understood. Then we'll continue as planned.
Just make sure you don't touch anything strange, alright? And do you have enough masks and gloves? You know you're not supposed to share them, right?
Yes, Dad. We get it, jeez, you sound like my mom. Just so you know, the border isn't exactly bursting at the seams with vaccine doses and such. It'll be fine, I hope. So be prepared for the possibility that you might not be able to save everyone in this town. Yeah, we figured as much. Probably, I would hope. Everyone looks fine. Huh? Fofo? It's a perfectly ordinary town. It certainly doesn't look like there's a plague going around. Does this mean that other guy was lying? That's not the impression I got from him. Excuse me, do you have a moment?
What do you want?
We were told there's a deadly plague going around this town. Is that true?
Whoever told you that must have been way behind the times. Sure, we did have a scare like that recently. People were collapsing left and right. Some of them died of fever, and the people treating them kept catching it. We thought that God had forsaken us and this town was done for. Hell, I was bedridden with it myself until not too long ago.
So there was a plague going around here. Now it's all over?
Yep. Just when things were at their worst, a doctor showed up and saved us all. I don't know what we would have done without him. I had to quarantine myself so my wife and kid wouldn't catch it. I didn't even know if I'd ever get to see him again. But now we're all one big happy family. Again. That doctor's our savior, no doubt about it. We offered him a home here and told him he'd never want for anything if he stayed with us. But he just took off. He wouldn't accept anything in return. Picture of modesty he was. All he said was, I just stopped by to check on things. This isn't the fundamental solution this world needs. I wonder what he meant by that. He did look really stressed about something even after saving us. But anyway, things are perfectly fine here now. So relax and enjoy your stay. Trust me, it's a great place.
Sounds like it. A mysterious heroic doctor. Da Vinci, can we quickly go over what you know about Asclepius again? Do we really? Really? Do we have to? Is our okay? It seems like the most pointless. Okay. Sure thing. There's all sorts of casters, mages, witches, alchemists, beautiful inventors whose genius knows no bounds. Right. But in Asclepius' case, given his title and background, he's definitely a doctor. I knew it. Master, this might mean we were right after all. Maybe he'll be willing to join us. Maybe. Right? If he's only pretending to obey Arjuna. But deep down he knows this world is wrong and can't bear to see people in need. Maybe we can convince him to... You should have your answer to that directly. Here he comes now. Oh? He doesn't appear to be going on the offensive, but keep your guard up all the same. Okay. Hi?
What's going on here?
There he is. Even if we did come here looking for him, I wasn't expecting to find him this quickly. You must have some very good karma indeed, Master. Yeah, I guess. This is perfect. We were just hoping to talk to you, Asclepius. Are you the one who...
Shut up.
Oh. I've been saving this town for my experiments. It's practically my exam room, and I won't tolerate patients worth less than used gauze speaking out of turn in here. Damn. Patients should only speak when spoken to.
Is this your doing? How did you heal all the infected when I didn't lift a finger to help them?
Interesting. So he's not the one who did it.
Huh? Mama, I guess you're not the good doctor. No, you're not the good doctor we've been hearing about after all. Of course not. I was just about to study this plague. Why would I bring anything that could cure it? Idiots. Medicine is advanced by studying new diseases as they progress. I thought with the plague in town, I would at least have no shortage of cases. But now you're telling me there's not a single infected person left?
I mean, that guy definitely said a man. It was a man, right? So it's not Nightingale. I guess we'll find out.
You can't be serious. I don't know who you are, but you have some nerve taking away my precious research opportunity.
But we're not the ones who... Okay.
Huh? He sounds like a self-centered sociopath.
I'm guessing he dumped every stat point into int. Everything else be damned.
I don't know what you mean by the second part, but I agree wholeheartedly with the first. Just answer me this. Did you spread this plague here yourself? Huh? What are you, stupid?
What useless mush do you have festering between your ears?
Why would anyone ever do that? Of course I want to advance medicine by studying as many cases of disease as possible, but the point is to cure patients, not create new ones.
Okay, so you would have healed them eventually after you studied it. I get, okay.
Be that as it may, it would seem you didn't do anything to limit the disease's spread either. Because I knew I couldn't. I don't waste my time with pointless endeavors.
It's far more sensible to make a vaccine after studying the disease. Sure, I mean, he's not wrong, but...
Even if more people end up dying in the meantime. Yes, it's undeniably, that is undeniably tragic. But as long as they die while I'm studying them, they serve to advance medicine. I stake my pride as a doctor on never letting a patient die for nothing.
Shouldn't you be staking it on not letting a patient die, period?
I'll always make sure their death leads to a new discovery. And eventually to advancing medicine as a whole.
You have a twisted sense of... Yeah, exactly, Ganesh.
Sounds nice and all, but the guy is oozing mad scientist vibes.
Well, yeah. I don't think we can hope for much from him.
He didn't heal this town, and he isn't anything like Nez either. I see. So that's your game. You thought that deep down I might be dissatisfied with the way that God runs things here, just like Neza was? I take it that means you aren't then? Of course not. Excising all that's defective or unnecessary from the world. That's how things ought to be.
It's immeasurably better than a weak, foolish god getting rid of exceptional things. I guess.
Do you know what happened to me? Do you have any idea what Zeus put me through?
What was it again?
Oopsies, you already forgot?
Okay, no problem. I'll just give you a quick refresher course. In Greek mythology, Asclepius masters the art of medicine, and ultimately ends up creating a tonic that can bring the dead back to life. As you can imagine, the gods didn't take too kindly to that. Yeah.
particularly Hades, the god of the underworld, who was especially displeased at the idea of humans overcoming death and making a joke out of his authority. But since Hades couldn't harm Asclepius himself on account of him being Apollo's kid and all, he asked Zeus to punish him instead. Zeus agreed and killed Asclepius with a thunderbolt through the heart.
That's rough, buddy.
But to try and provide Apollo with some consolation, Zeus also brought Asclepius' body to the heavens and gave him a place among the gods as the constellation Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer.
Some consolation that was.
Now that I've made you a god as well, all is forgiving, yes? I never asked for that. It was meaningless. Completely and utterly meaningless.
All I ever wanted was to advance the field of medicine.
All I did was find a way to cure death.
But the Greek gods were too narrow-minded, lazy, cowardly, and arrogant to accept that. They were wrong, and they punished me for all the wrong reasons.
They punished me for nothing more than achieving excellence. That's fair.
Oh, now I see. But this world's the complete opposite of that. All that's excellent endures, and all that is inferior disappears. It couldn't be simpler. This is exactly how things are meant to be. This is what a just world looks like.
And what is it you want when that world reaches its end state?
Weren't you listening to me? All I want is to advance my medical arts. I thought I made that clear.
So you don't care what the world loses as long as it helps you with that?
Yeah. Huh?
As long as mankind doesn't go extinct, people will always need doctors, right?
So don't worry about that.
There will always be people around. Are you sure about that? With the way things are going, and people keep dying, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm willing to rack up as many sacrifices as it takes to ensure my patient's survival, no matter the cost.
Master, I'm afraid Asclepius is...
Yeah, something's fundamentally wrong with them. Medicine's important, but you cannot ignore how people feel, yeah?
You may be an excellent doctor, but you've completely failed to treat these people's cries of grief. I'm no counselor. There's some conditions I can't do a damn thing about, like stupidity.
There's nothing I hate more than stupid patients.
All you have to do is listen.
If your doctor says not to do something, don't do it.
If they say to do something, do it. Why is it so hard for you to understand? Don't you want to get better? Doesn't make any damn sense. It's just like I thought.
Your heads are the most affected part.
If you patients are so soft in the head that you're trying to get rid of this just world, then it's clear which part of you
I need to amputate! Yeah, you can try.
So it's a fight he wants, is it? Get him, Ritsuka. Don't be afraid. He's only a caster, and a just doctor at that. Just a doctor? Have you forgotten that Arjuna made me a Lokapala, and granted me one of his divinities?
Yeah, you shouldn't be, so quick to judge there, Gordy.
The Indian god he bestowed upon me. Is Yama.
Oh, the god of, oh. Yeah, the god of death, king of the dead, region of the south, yeah.
Master, I'm seeing new hostiles approaching out of the ground one after the other.
They appeared to be moving skeletons. Kinda apt.
for Asclepius, I guess, kind of.
I guess Arjuna thought Yama would suit me, so I already managed to resurrect the dead on my own. Well, as long as it's not Hades, I can get along with another god of the underworld. And I have no qualms about using what I've been given. Yama wields authority over the dead. Well, technically it may be authority over this land's memory of the dead, but there's no meaningful difference.
Great. So now we gotta play some kind of horde mode with zombies. Oh god. Call of Duty zombies.
I don't think we'll be able to beat it unless you got some special attacks with invincibility and a massive AoE. The hell? He summoned that many fighters that quickly, without any preparation or chanting. What kind of necromancy is that?
This is clearly outside the realm of human magecraft.
I mean, he literally just told us.
Okay. This is divine power. Just like how Kubera let Nessa use so many noble phantasms at once. Be very careful.
Got it. Even idiots like you know about autopsies, yes? The dead can still be valuable in medicine. You're all probably going to die here now that you're up against me. Don't you feel better knowing your deaths will be useful?
Not really. Nah, not really, no.
Doesn't really give me much comfort at all, actually.
Sure, Da Vinci. Da Binky.
And everyone else can stay.
Oh, no Pepe buff. I guess Pepe will only buff us against servants. Oh, why, Pepe, why?
That's fine. We can handle these things ourselves. Probably. Washija. Okay. I would have hoped that Nobu would have killed that one on her own, but I guess not. Nobu, why? Why must you disappoint me so thoroughly and completely? Noise. Battle 2 of 3. Well, that's lovely. Disgracing the dead. As a doctor, you should know better. Don't you worry. We'll give you peace here in a moment. No peace. Well, Rip Da Vinci. That was, well, I guess when you're up against berserkers, it's bound to happen. You're bound to lose somebody. Even if it's unfortunate. Pepe? There we go. Let's go. Let's just get rid of his backup first.
can't have him receiving support.
腹渡をぶちまけ
Again, I don't know how
これを試させろ
some of that's not
少し痛いぞ副作用などないはずだ
never mind. I was gonna joke about how when she spins around like that, it you'd think it'd hit us too, but apparently not. Like obviously gameplay wise it's not a thing. I'm just saying like realistically, right, you know, the spinning and firing her guns probably, you know,
前に出ます
would generally cause problems usually.
良いぞ
治りたくないのか治りたくないのか
Oh boy. ASCII
治り
boy.
たくないのか少し痛いぞ
Get evaded.
よか望みを声にせよ
Crit?
治りたくないのか
イラグラ蹴散らします
治りたくないのかこれを試させろ
Yeah, we're not,
ではこれを
yeah, I'm just gonna stun you. I need you to not be able to do damage to me.
治りたくないの
Thank
火
yous.
の大輪を咲かせよ勝ち上げます
Everyone but Draco might die here. Who knows?
これを試
That's
させ
what
ろ
it's looking like.
これを試させろ
As long as I live, though. Okay. Here's what we can do. We can. Mm.
これですね
Yeah, well.
劇場の準備は整った望みを声にせよ
Try this. We
多重
might
返上三千大戦天魔王
kill him this
こ
time.
れ
I
が
don't
わ
think
し
so.
の全力全開じゃ
I think we'd have to get real. Yeah, no, I don't think this is gonna be enough.
これが貴様らの繁栄の答え欲望の空を切り裂く流星のきらめきであるケイバロンドムスアウレ
治りたくないの
Or
ア
dead.
そこだな
How fortuitous. No, no, no!
やるでは
You
ない
made it so far. Why?
望みを声に前に出る構いません
Jean and other
ロ
Jean
サ・サングリスこの
will
地より
take the
立ち
stage,
進みます
do their duty. There we go.
どうにか務めを果たせました
Fool's chain, I'll take that. Take that all day. Oh? Flashback?
I don't know how we can thank you. As if curing our disease wasn't enough. You even tended our fields for us. Are you a new Lokapala? You must be to show us this much kindness. Please, stay with us. The whole town will be thrilled to have you. Shh. Sorry. My throat's been acting up a bit. Hey, no mind.
I just stopped by to check on things. This isn't the fundamental solution this world needs. It's the ones who will show up after me who are bound to end you. They're from an organization called Chaldea, just as I am. Oh. I know who this is. Because as I mentioned a while ago, I got spoiled for a certain reappearance of someone. So yeah, I think I know quite well who this is. They're from an organization called Chaldia, just as I am. Make sure to welcome them when they get here. It'll speed things up. I should be giving him a more British accent. Okay, but it isn't, Chaldia we want to thank. It's you. Please, won't you stay with us for just a little while? We would be honored, delighted even to repay someone so virtuous.
Ah, yes, exactly. Please, right this way. Everyone's dying to hear more about you.
They really mean it.
These people can't have much to spare, yet they still want to reward an outsider. Never mind that. Why do they like me at all? This sort of thing would never have happened before. I'm not doing anything different than I was before. I'm still operating under the exact same principles I always have. So why am I seeing such a different reaction now? Is it only because of what I look like? Do people really care about appearances that much? Oh well, if that's true, it suits my needs perfectly.
Or maybe it's not him. Or at least not him on the inside, anyway. And I'm being purposefully vague, just in case there are people who weren't spoiled for said thing. Unknown? I mean, I would assume maybe a Svatamon? Maybe he wandered over here. Which, if that's the case, I'd want a Lancer, but that might not necessarily be the case. Yeah, give me, give me mommy. Mama. Yeah, I'm gonna check something. Alright, she's in her third ascension. Again, I really dislike the big horns. I wish it was an outfit that was her third ascension minus the horns. You know, Tiamat was a bad choice if it does end up being Esfataman, because alter egos do not do well against the night classes, but it's fine.
They just keep coming. No matter how many we take down. Oh wait, what's that?
Huh?
Shit, it's a kid. Most of the town's residents hid after you started fighting, but he must have been left behind.
Kid, get out of here, it's not safe. Oh no.
Ow. Crap, he tripped. And he's too far away to... Huh?
Oh?
What's wrong? You fell down? Your knee is injured. Let me see it. Good God! So you cut it on a rock? Even in the middle of town, the roads really need more work. And that's why I fall at that speak and produce lacerations like this. Now I see. I'll have to remember the size and depth of his wound so I can comprehend similar situations in the future with just a glance. As for your wound, there's nothing unusually wrong with it. To treat it, first we wash it with clean water. Then we apply some of these medicinal herbs. It's not bleeding anymore? Of course not, I just stopped it. Now listen to me. Don't take that off until the pain's all gone. Doctor's orders. If you can't listen to them, that will mean your thick skull is the real problem.
Don't make me give up on you.
I won't. I promise. Thank you, God. And that's a good patient. Take care.
What? What the heck, guy? Are you one of those gruff, curmudgeonly doctors who hides his heart of gold beneath his prickly exterior? No, he's still okay with using people as guinea pigs. But he also treats wounds he sees. So, you know, he's, I wouldn't really say it's a heart of gold.
What are you talking about? I heal those who need healing,
and show no mercy to those who would interfere with my medicinal
pursuits. And that's all there is to it. It couldn't be simpler.
That dedication is not a bad thing in itself. But why do you insist on prioritizing that over all else? How can you so casually dismiss everything else wrong with this world, or the suffering of its people?
You're asking my reasons? That's a new one.
They're so blindingly obvious I don't even have an answer ready.
To tell you that, I'd have to pay attention to things I usually ignore,
and bring my thinking down to the level of my most idiotic of patients.
Never mind. There's no point.
I'm just gonna keep working on kicking you interlopers out of my exam room. So you're saying if we just leave, you won't pursue us? I feel like that's what he's saying. Oh boy. Okay, well.
First you help a child, and now you're back to raising the dead.
Which are you looking for, praise or revulsion? Neither. He just wants to do his job.
I have no need for either. Now will you stop acting up?
You're the very worst sort of patient, aren't you?
It doesn't matter how many dead you throw at us. If I can defeat a great Rakshasa, I can defeat you too.
It never fails.
It's always the most ignorant patients who make things worse. You should simply have resigned yourselves to assisting me in my study of medicine.
Now this has taken long enough that he's shown up.
Swataman, right?
Huh? I'll explain later. All of you, cease combat and get away from there immediately. I knew this was a possibility, but I didn't think it would actually happen now.
And by this I mean the worst goddamn case scenario we can think of. Oh, is it not a is it God? Is it not a Sodomon but God himself?
Talk about luck not being on our side. Master over there in the sky. It's...
Yep, it's God.
Arjuna.
What? I thought he spent his time flying around the Tree of Emptiness.
I swear there's nothing worse than amateurish home remedies. With his kind of power and Vimana's mobility, there's no need for him to stand around guarding that tree. Especially now that no one besides him can even get close to it thanks to that ocean growing bigger. The only reason he usually stays there is because he typically has no need to go anywhere else. Which of course means that if he does have a need to go somewhere else, he will. And of course in this particular case, he only knows because I informed him when I found you, as he ordered me to do. I guess he's actually taken a rare interest in you.
They've got us surrounded. Surely he doesn't want to fight, right? Probably.
So, you are the sole god of this world. The one they say absorbed every other divinity in India. So, you are a god too. But
you're a tiny, insignificant one.
Shut up.
You're nothing but a shadow of a once great hero. Don't you dare compare me to your stolen divinities. Your insolence is unforgivable. Now release every god you have within you, immediately. Do you really think he would do that?
I couldn't agree more. I'm sure you have a divinity linked to this world's Sita.
I'm not letting you get away. Really? Now, full times? Okay, but maybe you could not let him get away later? Haven't I told you guys that you don't stand a chance against him yet? In fact, I'm pretty sure we told you to get out of there. Did you not hear us or something?
Oh, we heard you just fine.
But it's not that simple. I don't think we can avoid combat at this point. We'll get through this somehow. Yeah, he's definitely not gonna wipe the floor with us. Yes, master. We can't let our mission end here. Awaiting your orders. Well... I think... we're dead. Are we dead? Probably. I feel dead.
Horobe.
わしが第六天魔王織田信長じゃ。
Resist. Oh boy. Well, this certainly is not good. This
とくと見とれよ。
I'm
面白い。
sure we'll be fine.
ぜひもなし。させません。ダメです。
Yeah, I already knew that would happen, but I just had to,
いいですね。
you know, give her a buff, you know.
ハイパーお母さん出動。ゴゴゴゴゴゴゴゴゴゴ。お弁当忘れないで。わかりま
Yes,
し
mother.
た。
I won't, mother.
よしよし。
Oh boy. This feels like a problem. This feels... I mean, on the plus side, he's not attacking us. I'm assuming it's just waiting for his noble phantasm, more than likely.
そうですか。望みを声にせよ。は。ガブル。
Yeah, I think we are, as they say in the industry, cooked. Yeah. Yeah.
望みを声にせよ。世の行く手は阻めぬ。
It was a good run, you know. Came this close to restoring proper human history, but,
望みを声に
you
せよ。
know, ultimately it just wasn't in the cards, you know? Rest in peace, Ritsuka, Mash,
ガンディ
everyone.
標的だ。
やるではないか。動かない。よう持ったという。やは
Even
り。
Draco
用は超え
couldn't
られる。
survive that. Well, that could have gone better. Probably not, actually. I don't think we had any hope in hell of defeating him. I blink out of sheer boredom. In the infinitesimal span of that blink, I had a dream. How unusual. Huh? It was a dream about a foolish war. A war that started for laughable reasons, persisted in absurdity, and ended in trivialities.
There is something there, something within my memories fighting alongside my beloved friends and brothers. Wanting nothing more than to grant their wishes, my arrows found their way into every one of our hated enemies. I fought earnestly with no shame, proud to be counted among my brother's ranks. But even so, something nagged at me deep within my heart. Something dark and wriggling. As I grow bored of even that, I open my eyes, and once the darkness fades away, I forget that I ever dreamed at all. God has no need of dreams.
Oh, Arjuna, you've lost yourself.
Organics output, it's dropping. System's overloading. Wait, please, I'm not done for yet.
I think you are done for, you bastard.
I can't afford to lose. If I can't protect Vitsuga and her companions, then who?
Yeah.
Oh man, I guess I wasn't good enough after all. Even though Karna asked me to take over for him, I just can't. Damn it, I guess I failed. Yet again. Well, was this a satisfying diversion? No. I am just
Disappointed? These people survived my reconstruction.
I thought maybe they were special.
But we're not.
But they were not worth verifying. Although, what did I verify? I feel no need to understand. Hey, first you had me call you. Now you're just up and leaving? What do you want me to do with them? I no longer care.
Oh, so you don't necessarily have to kill us?
Messing things up and capriciously leaving as soon as he gets bored, huh? He's a god, alright. Guess this means I can do whatever I want with them. At least he didn't obliterate them with a divine punishment. Okay then. Let's hurry up and end this already, so I can get back to my research.
Hey. Are you so serious? None of you can even move.
Huh.
Oh, Pepe? Pepe going sicko mode?
I guess there wasn't any point in choosing after all. I knew I was a hopeless dead end. Thanks to my Rojinsu, the only power I was born with, I couldn't help but be enlightened about that. So I never need to lie to myself. I don't even need to remember when it began, because I always knew from the start. My life has no value. I'm just a pitiful jester, born to a pitiful world. So then, why'd I make that choice? Why was I holding on so hard?
Pepe?
Right. Of course. It's because if I die here and now, then if nothing else, these feelings would have been worthless. And they won't be erased. In that case, maybe this is an end I can accept.
Somebody? Anybody? Huh? Arm?
What the? My specimens.
I'm surprised this place turned out to be a land of the dead. Or did I just pick an odd time to visit? David? I thought the cryptors couldn't come and go from their lost belts. Because didn't Klyanskia say they all entered with the help of the foreign god, but they didn't have the right to go back and forth on their own?
What in the world? What are you doing here, David?
That's what I want to know, Pepe. David? That's his name.
David Simvoid, the crypto with the most talent among the most talented of them all. I thought he was off raising another lost belt. And what's that?
Is that a servant?
Maybe? Question mark?
The miasma around them's too strong for us to properly observe them, but I was just able to get an idea of their scale.
That's a grand servant? There's no doubt about it. David somehow formed a contract with a grand servant.
What's this about? Who are you and what is...
Yeah, no, I don't know why you tried that. I don't know what you were thinking.
Huh?
Yama, also known as Yama 10, passing judgment on the dead. What a joke. Death is meant to be eaten. Life is meant to be sacrificed. Giving the dead freedom would never pass in my world.
Hassan? No, if it was, they wouldn't hide him. Probably.
So I consumed them, but they tasted terrible. It proves they haven't been eating anything decent. Try to stay behind me. Remember, this isn't your land. Didn't anyone ever teach you not to drink the tap water when you travel? Good point. I'll be more careful. Besides, we didn't come here for the food.
David!
He's not. I don't think he's interested in us. I think we're not even worth his time. He's not even looking this way.
Why are you here? How are you here? You can't just show up and surprise me like this. I didn't have any time to prepare. My hair's a mess. Oh gosh, you gotta give me some warning.
Should I have waited? You looked like you were in trouble, so I thought I would help.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You definitely saved my life, and I appreciate it. But seriously, what are you doing here in India?
I came because of the way you were behaving at our last meeting. I wasn't sure if it was because things were going well or poorly for you, but I found it strange that you didn't say anything about how things were going in your lost belt. We may have an agreement not to interfere with each other's lost belts, but there are no rules against making personal contact. I acted on intuition rather than logic, and then only because I consider you a friend.
Oh.
Was I out of line?
Oh no, not at all. It's just this is the last belt, you know. You can't just walk in and out of them, right?
I imagine whatever servant he has probably lets him circumvent that.
We can't know. But fortunately, we know someone who can.
Oh. Oh, no, okay, just Koyanskia helped him. Okay, that makes sense. I thought David was some absurdly powerful... I mean, he probably is absurdly powerful. Let's not get that twisted. He probably is, but... I thought he had some sort of power that the others didn't.
Hello, whether it's kidnapping, assassinations, or coup d'etat, NFF Services is ready and waiting to assist. That said, I was pretty preoccupied with my own affairs, so I was hoping to avoid answering any sudden business calls for a while. But you know, there aren't many people like David around, right? So I thought it'd be worthwhile to have him owe me a little favor without the foreign god getting in my way.
Koyonsuke,
Oh, if it isn't Ritsuka. Not so long time no see, but oh, don't worry. I'm doing my best to torment the humans here, just as much as you'd expect. But until Arjuna gets at least a little farther away from here, I can't really have as much fun as I'd like. Let's just say I don't want to draw too much of his attention right now by doing as I please. So in the meantime, just think of me as a beautiful tour conductor keeping a silent but watchful eye on her group of students on a field trip, and don't pay me any mind.
When I was at it, I thought this would be a good chance to ascertain the extent of this woman's abilities. They didn't come cheap, but you needn't worry about that. Anyway, what happened to you? Your contracted servant's nowhere to be seen, and you're fighting alongside our enemy. It was worth the few minutes it took to see this for myself, but I can't imagine how you got to this point.
It's because I can't go along with this god, the core of this Indian lost belt, or the way he does things. But I couldn't criticize him in front of Kashtaria, since one of the foreign god's alter ego disciples is involved.
Why can't you go along with him? His way of doing things may be unusual, but his logic appears sound.
I guess it's a matter of taste. Lifestyle, aesthetics, principles, that sort of thing. I guess to put it another way, it's because of who I am.
So you haven't turned your back on the cryptors then? In that case, there's no problem.
I'm assuming that's his command spell. It's very inelegant. Like all other masters have like these fancy designs. His is just like streaks of like red. And it looks like it goes maybe down his arm, which might be a problem.
In that case, no problem.
Of course not. I'll never abandon you guys. But I can't abandon these kids either. Now that things have come to this, I'm planning on helping them out until this is over, one way or the other. That shouldn't be a problem, right?
I see.
You're a good man, Miorenji. Real name? Real name reveal?
You really know how to take care of people.
Miorenji?
Can you defeat this god?
You're already moving past it like it never happened. Anyway, I'm trying, but honestly, it's a real challenge. I mean, he's pretty much a perfect being. I don't suppose you have any advice for me, do you?
So you're up against the perfect god, huh? Not have any advice. The more godlike a god is, the stronger they are. It's pointless to even try to fight a perfected god.
Tell me something I don't know.
You should change your plan of attack. You can't take something away from someone who has nothing, but you can always take something away from someone who has everything.
I guess.
So, you're saying that I should try to slow him down?
I have to go now. Guess we didn't have time to celebrate our reunion. Don't tell Wudam about this.
Yeah, I don't think he was planning on it.
I may not have violated the agreement, but it still doesn't look good.
Oh, you're headed back now. Thank you for traveling with NFF. Okay, everyone, I hope you don't mind if we step out for now. Don't worry, I'll be coming back very shortly.
Didn't even acknowledge us, really. Aside from that one glance. Did he just look at me right before he left? I wouldn't worry about that.
Christ on a cracker. Between the other cryptos and that minx showing up out of nowhere. It's been one thing after another. But never mind that now. You there, field team. I trust you can move now.
Of course. That bought us more than enough time to get out of that predicament. Master, Arjuna has left. There are fewer dead now, and the cryptor is gone. And we even have an idea of Pepe's real name now. Fo? I don't know what you're talking about. In fact, just forget you heard anything. I don't think I will, Miorenji. We have bigger fish to fry right now. I feel much better. There's just something about a sudden stroke of luck that puts you in a good mood. Alrighty, let's strike back with the iron's heart. A sudden stroke of luck, huh? I just hope it's not a prelude to a greater stroke of bad luck.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Either way, it looks like I'll have to put it out of my mind for now. Orcanex load reduction sequence successful. Output is restabilized. Asclepius appears to still be reeling from David's surprise attack. There's a chance, Master. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad because he had us on the ropes fair and square. I mean, actually, wasn't fair and square because he got help from Arjuna. So us getting help from David, yeah, I think that's actually perfectly fair. On second thought, no, that was perfectly fair. Actually, no, I don't want you, Ganesha. I want a Castea with a bone to point Caudia tea time on them. Thankies.
Grind that bond points.
Why you gotta make that face? Pepe, I don't enjoy seeing it. You scare me. Should kill, yes. Got a crit even. No reason to be afraid. Be not afraid. My Nobu. Okay, come on, Nobu, you can kill a little. Yeah, no, I was a little close for comfort, but alright. We'll take it.
By Jove, we'll take it.
Gotta fight him again. I'm just gonna ignore the dead souls. Ha! Get defense downed. Pussa. Let's just not even give him an opportunity to fight back. Or at least not much of one anyway. Crit. Damn. A crit would have been great. Would have been fantastic even. Ow. Ow. Okay, if one person could hit Nobu and give her Noble Phantasm, that'd be great. Please. Pretty please. Or not. Okay, fuck you. I could use a command spell and do it. But that'd be a waste, I guess. Alright, Garden of
ハッピーエンドの
Avalon.
話をしよ
愛
う。
に
Babel and
全て飲み込
Domisaria.
み我が舌を喜ばせろ。
星の宇宙に物見の歌楽園の端から君に聞かせよう。罪なき者のみ通るがいいガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
We might just kill Scorpius' turn.
翼となって
Roman shirt
火
still
星
active.
抱き
Everything's
飛び
looking
出し
up.
恋焦がれるか。
Or not.
解消なし
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, fuck me,
世の
okay.
行く手は阻めぬ。
Oh, you're okay? We did kill him. Nice. Draco OP.
これわしが出る。
オーケー。
Oh, Nobu.
ハズ返上。
I could have used Merlin's Invincible on Nobu.
こ
I
れが
probably
わ
should
しの
have.
全力全開じゃ。
Who cares if Nobu bites the dust once or twice?
悪いね。
Wow.
よう持った
They do not like Nobu. Okay, well, fair enough.
望みを声にせよ。
オーケー。
ロサ
Okay.
サンディ勝ち上げます。
切り込む。
Damn, all crits. But no kill.
望みを声にせよ。構いません。世の行く手は阻めぬ。
Yeah, so,
英霊のように振る
Scorpius, we're
舞うのも悪
leaving.
くない。
You don't get a say in this.
重は意味かな。
Yeah, we'll catch you later, buddy. We'll catch you on the flip side. Damn it. Can a doctor really accept his death at the hands of a violent patient? No, definitely not. Coward, get back here. Asclepius is making an escape. I'd prefer not to let him get away, given how he is our current priority target. Can you go after him? No way. I'm so exhausted I can barely move as it is. We still haven't recovered from the wounds Arjuna inflicted on us. We'll just have to call this one a draw. Good grief. Now that the battle's over, I expect the townspeople will come out of hiding soon. It'd be a lot of trouble to explain what just happened to them. I say we leave now. Probably a good call. Sounds good to me. Why don't we head back to our wild village? Duval, was it? And plan our next course of action on the way. You seem awfully pleased about all this. Do I? I didn't think I was acting any different than usual. You're definitely pleased, Morenji. What? Don't... Okay, you win. If you want to know about that stuff so badly, I'll tell you on the way. Let's just leave before the locals start throwing stones at us for assaulting an agent of God or something. Yeah, that's probably a good call. You okay, Mashu? Oh, yes, I'm fine. Well, not fine. I'm just as exhausted and hurt as everyone else is. I was just thinking about something else. And now that we faced Arjuna directly, it's clear just how overwhelmingly powerful he is, yeah? And not just as a lone fighter. I could tell he was on a completely different scale. Almost like he was competing with the ground itself to see who was stronger. Oh, but please don't misunderstand me, Master. I'm not about to give up by any means. Not about to give up. I'm just saying analytically speaking, that Arjuna is undoubtedly the most powerful god in this world. And the more I think about how we could hold our own against him, the more I come up blank. Even if we succeeded defeating the Lokapala and reducing his power, would it really make any difference? I think it probably will. We have to beat this lost belt somehow. Oh. Don't worry, we'll figure something out. I know it. Yes, you're right. I'm sure it'll be fine. Probably. Okay, Master. Shall we start heading back?
Our first order of business, get Pepe to tell us his full name.
Not you too, Mashy.
Yes, her too. We're all curious. We shouldn't tease Pepe too much, though. Alright, that's gonna be the last section for today. Got 3 done. One of them was only, a single node, but still 3 sections. God. Oh? Let's fucking go! Hephaestion, get.
召喚に応じて参上した。我が名はヘファイスティオン。どういうことだ。なぜ私が覚えてる。お前は。ああ、そうか。そういうことだ。
Yeah, I don't know why you remember
ちょ
things.
っと変わったクラスの影響だと思ってくれ。私はヘファイスティオンの偽物のようなものでね。クラスはプリテンダー。だが、お前が構わなければフェイカーと呼んでほしい。
Okay. Interesting. Like, I guess the class name is self-explanatory, pretender. They're pretending to be someone else. But what would they get out of it?
Yeah, いらっしゃいだね、マスター君。地味。
And it seemed like she was unsure about whether she was actually... Fascinating. I'm gonna use up all my trash embers first. Oh, whoops, didn't fill out all the way. I assume the Pretender class probably gets talked about in one of these Lost Belts. Because there isn't that many Pretenders, right? There's like 6 or 7 of them. That was an accident. I did not... I was actually just estimating that number, those numbers, not meaning to... Okay. I swear to God, that was an accident. Well... Come on, great success.
悪くない感覚だ。もっとよこせ。
I'll give you some more. I mean, what? I like her tone of voice. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Yeah, aim to please and all that, Come on, give me a great success or super success, anything. Come on. Okay, well, I guess not. It's fine, I guess. Super success. Super success. Super success. Okay. But yeah, point is, there's not that many pretenders. So I'm assuming it's a story relevant class that will get explained in one of these lost belts at some point. Rolling is not enough to get double XP too. I mean, I would like it. It'd be helpful. Oh, hey, finally a use for my shitload of void dust. Hmm.
霊気再臨か。懐かしいな。おっと、今のは聞き流しておけ。お前には話す気のない思い出だ。
No, I'd actually like to hear more about that. Actually, if you wouldn't mind. Okay. That's fine. My first gut reaction was this was a downgrade, but actually, after looking at it for a second, yeah, I like this Ascension over her first one. Yeah. Oh, I accidentally left it on 1. Hang on. There we go. Alright, well, I have the stuff I need to send her again, but I'm out of embers. So we'll call it there. There are currently 7 summonable pretenders in NA, 12 in JP. Okay. It's crazy because Avengers have been a thing since like in FGO, obviously Avenger has been a thing since, you know, way back in HA, but in FGO Avengers been a thing only since what? When did the first Avenger release in FGO? That would have been Angra Mainyu, right? Was he in the game at launch? Avenger were added in like month 5, 6. Pretenders were added year 6. Yeah, so... Oh, wait, was Dante's in before Angra Mainyu? Oh. Weird. But yeah, so point is, there's 20 Avengers total. Even in JP, right? So the fact that Pretenders, even though they have a like 5.5 year gap, are only behind by 8 servants is interesting. Which I like that they're not oversaturating the Avenger class too much. Because I do feel like the Avenger class should be pretty exclusive, in my opinion. I actually dislike the fact that there's, like, 3 summer servants that are Avengers. Personally. I couldn't tell you why. I feel like the Avenger class should be for, like, serious... characters. Not to say I would be against getting, like, you know, Avenger comma, summer comma, but I'm just saying that I don't know. I find it a bit of an affront to the Avenger class. I don't know. But yeah. Honestly, the only pretenders I can name off the top of my head, though, are Phaestion, Lady Avalon, and Oberon. I don't remember who the other 4 that are currently in NA at least are. Because Nobu is secretly a serious character. Well... I mean... more serious than, like, a... I mean, even Nobu I'm like meh about. That's part of the reason why I didn't even want her that much, and why she was like low on my list of people I wanted when I did that part 2 clear backup guaranteed summon. Pretender, yeah, right, yeah, the 9-tailed dragon, whatever it's called. Man, oh, I looked at the ascensions for and the art for the 5-star Liz, and wow, I want her so bad. I know she's not out till not this Halloween, but next Halloween for NA. But holy, she looks so good. All of her ascensions are dope. Her first one with the baseball bat with the nails sticking out of it. I'm like, bruh, that is so fucking like, I don't know. I'm excited for, again, it's over a year from now before she's added, but I want her so bad. Of course, I still need 4-star Lancer Liz. I'm still missing her. I'm sure she'll come to me eventually. And let me see, what does Hephaestion need for her skills? Alright, proofs of hero. Alright. They're already selling First Ascension t-shirt as merch. If I wasn't broke as hell, I'd probably buy it, to be honest. Key 2 is a Skandar false. Interesting. Interesting skill name. Alright, apparently I have what I need for a bunch of skill level ups for her. And we keep it going. But I'm out of QP after this. I'm out of QP. Maybe I'll probably do some QP grinding later. Well, actually, first to do Ember. Okay, I still have what I need. Okay, good. Probably do Ember grinding. But yeah, anyway. Like I said, those two sanctions we did. We'll do it. Unfortunately, we were not able to get a Asclepius ally. Which I thought was a long shot to begin with. But maybe we'll. I feel better about convincing William, if anyone, out of them. It's wait, it's full NP if I level. She's one of those, huh? Okay, I can only do it once for now, but that's actually good to know. But yeah, no, like I was saying, William, I don't know, he seems like a decent enough guy and seems to care about the people. Like he's ruffling a kid's hair, or patting his head anyway. Like, I don't know, I feel like William we can probably convince to help us. Maybe. Since you don't have NP2, no point in maxing it. Yeah, I'll probably throw some more single polls on that banner. Just being honest, because I do want Lady Avalon, but hopefully, if I at least don't get Lady Avalon, it'd be nice if I did get a second copy of Hephaestion. That'd be nice. But we'll see. It's only there till the 29th, so. And we'll see. We'll see if my luck holds out. Yeah, the cooldown decrease would be nice too. That's the reason I could get it to 10. I just get it a turn sooner. That's always
handy.
But yeah, all in all, pretty good day. Even though the first like half hour of stream was rough for me because again I'd woke up 45 minutes before starting, so I was like, hey guys. But yeah, next time, Advancement Impulse, People and the Girl. Huh. Not sure what that would be referring to. Like the girl it is. But I suppose we'll see. But anyway, for now, thank you guys for watching, and yeah. I'll be continuing tomorrow, I believe. So yeah, I will catch you later.